Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Sailor Nation Sports. Nick Gavros, Joe Kanukin, and Colin Holman running the board right now, big boy. Look at you over there. He got his big boy pants on, doing us all well today. And it's homecoming. So if there's been 61 years of football, it means there's been 61 homecomings. And this is a very special time right now. And we've got a couple special guests that are here as well. Why don't you introduce yourself? They're over to my left. Who are you?
I'm Ava Morin. I'm a senior on the cross-country team.
Wonderful. Nice to have you. Next to you is?
I'm Aiden Krebs. I'm also a senior on the cross-country team.
Wow, cross-country. God bless you guys. You probably run more in 1 year than I have done in a lifetime. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell us a little something about yourself. You're a senior, cross-country. What else? Hobbies, school, favorite subjects. Fill us in about you.
I'm also a swimmer and a lifeguard, and I also run track. And yeah.
Where are you lifeguard at?
Muskegon Country Club.
Of course she is, at the Muskegon Country Club. Where else would we be a lifeguard at? Right? What's your favorite subject?
Probably English.
English? Good for you. And for you?
Outside of school, I'm also on the swim team with Ava, and I do lifeguard the same place as Ava at the country club.
Yep.
Outside of school, I really enjoy taking hikes to the beach with my family.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. So, tell me about Mona Shores. Now, 4 years here at Mona Shores. Have you always been a Shore student all the way through, or did you transfer in from somewhere?
Yeah, I have always gone to Mona Shores.
Okay, and for you?
My kindergarten and first grade year, I went to a school in Indiana, and then second grade year, I moved to Ross Park, and I've been here ever since.
What brought you to Michigan from Indiana?
My dad found a job here, and we just decided we would make the move to Shores.
There you go. You've enjoyed it?
Yes, I love it here.
Do you know, Colin, what do you got for him there, buddy?
What do you mean?
Well, you got some questions you can ask. You see these guys around school periodically.
My first hour I have with Aiden, so
okay.
we sit next to each other. It's a fun class. We get to talk.
What subject is first hour?
AP Calculus.
Oh, you guys are bright students too. Good for you. Wow, shut me right up there. That's above my pay grade. Well, that's wonderful.
How about we hear a little bit about the sport and how you guys are involved and what you guys think of it?
Tell us about cross country. Tell us a training day in cross country. How do you practice cross country? How do you practice running through woods, over hills, this, that? Go ahead.
Well, so we have like different courses that we run, like we just call them by like the road name that we're usually on
Okay.
And then like we just know how far we're going because I don't know, just by the name, and our coach will just basically ask us how we're feeling that day, and if we're feeling good then he'll send us far.
And who is your coach this year?
Morales and Santa Maria.
Okay, Morales and Santa Maria. So on an average, how far do you run a day? A practice is how many miles? Is it miles plural, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it kind of varies. Like sometimes it's like 2 miles and sometimes it's like 6.
Okay, all right. Is it the same with you and your practice schedule? And do you guys practice together?
Typically, my lowest mileage on a day at practice would be like 3, and then we go as far as 8 miles. And normally the boys and the girls are separated.
Right.
It's just how it kind of flows.
8 miles in a day.
Yes.
A day.
How long would that typically take you, those 8 miles?
Usually 8 miles is around an hour, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, see, I bike 8 to 10 every day, but...
You sure about that?
I would never. No, I loathe running, buddy. I loathe running. I'll tell you that much right now. Competition in the conference. Who do you guys compete against? Muskegon, Reese Puffer, or are they mostly jamborees type stuff?
We have a lot of jamborees when it comes to conference, and we race against Muskegon, the Zealands, Holland, Wyoming, Puffer. Okay. Am I missing any? I don't know.
Union? Do you guys run against Union?
Yeah, we run against Union.
Okay. Union, okay.
And our biggest competition is the Zealands for sure,
yeah,
by far.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good in track, too. I mean,
Phenomenal.
Track. Where's your home course? Do you have a home course? See, at Muskegon, when I went to Muskegon, it was Chase Golf Course was our home course way back in the day. Where's your course? Do you have a course back in here, or do you have to go somewhere else?
You want to go?
Sure. So we usually, when we have meets, we go to Oak Ridge Golf Course.
Oh, you go to Oak Ridge. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And your course is how long out there? A couple miles?
3.1.
3.1 mile? Well, exactly 3.1. It's not just a couple, it's 3.1.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
And that's for all races, though. They all have to
Yeah.
be 3.1.
Yeah.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you work, I'm not sure how to, because I coached track for years, but I wasn't a distance guy. Do you work on starts? Do you work on finishes? Do you work on some sprinting? Are there different aspects of cross country that you work on in a practice? If so, what are some of those things?
Usually to strengthen our running, we usually break it down into like the hardest parts of running, so hills, and we do speed work on the track. We don't typically practice starting,
Yeah.
but those main aspects.
Is there anything specific you have to do at the start to ensure like that you get a good starting position, or is it
During
just,
a race?
Yeah, is it just mostly however
Just
you feel
get up
like
and
starting
go,
off?
and yeah.
Really, at the beginning of a race, you want to go all out just to get a good position, and then you can find your pace and stick with the guys that you are seated in.
Okay. Is that a balance thing too, like starting all out but not enough that you're out of breath and can't like find your pace?
Absolutely, yeah.
How tough is that finding that balance?
For me, it's really not that hard. I just know that in the beginning it's going to be all out. I'm going to be out of breath pretty quick, but then I know that I'll be able to slow down and catch my rhythm and just get into that focused mindset.
Okay. What is your opinion on that, Ava?
I feel like it kind of just varies from person to person, but for me, I try to go all out at the beginning, and then I gotta slow down later because I get really out of breath. But
Sure.
like some people are able to just go fast and then keep it like a consistent pace, but
Yeah. Well, Ava, you got to find that groove that you're comfortable in, because you want to finish the race as well instead of, run yourself out 3/4 of the way down. So I ain't got nothing left. And how many kids on the cross country team? How many boys on the cross country team?
Right now we have 12 boys.
12 boys, girls?
I think there's like 15 of us.
Really? Oh, those are a good number. And senior heavy, younger group for the boys?
We are definitely sophomore heavy.
Sophomore heavy. Okay,
Yep.
so the future's bright down the road.
Mhm.
And for you guys?
We have a lot of freshmen this year.
Really?
Wow.
Oh, that's wonderful. So, spinning over now from cross country, so you run track as well.
Yes.
What do you run in track then? I'm assuming distance?
Yes, and then some mid distance. So
And
I also
some distance, okay.
yeah. I also run the 800, the mile, and then I'll run the 4x8.
Oh, do you? Ava, you?
I run the 300 hurdles and the 400 mostly.
You don't do any other longer? Really?
No.
Do you like to give yourself a little different change of pace? Is that kind of fun to free yourself up a little bit?
I just feel like I run slower when I'm doing distance on a track because I think I get bored.
Well, yeah, it's just going around and around. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay. Okay, why don't you, let's bring out this other gentleman here. Come in here. And Colin, I'm going to let you, come here and sit right here, young man. We're going to let Colin run.
Okay then. All right, so we've got someone new on the mic. Do you want to introduce yourself? Tell us a little about yourself.
My name's Will Parsekian. I am also a senior on the cross country team, and I'm the other captain on the cross country, boys captain.
Okay, so Aiden and Will, you two are the captains?
Yes.
The girls captains, are there separate girls captains?
Yeah, there's two other girls captains.
And who would they be?
Libby Bernard and Adeline Bean.
Okay. So Will, do you have anything to add to what Aiden and Ava said?
Like on what questions?
So just like about cross country and how you feel about like the start and the typical training day, how you may be different from other individual runners.
Well, on training days, it really depends on when we have races. Sometimes we'll hit speed workouts, which is a lot of track and less mileage. And then if we got races soon, we'll hit miles. So that's the 8 miles they're talking about, 7, 6. Because you want to get a good foundation when you're running. And then on race day, we normally have this tight routine that we always do. But I do agree with Aiden, you do want to get out really quick, get good position, because you don't want to get stuck in the behind everyone. Because it's harder to pass towards in between the race and at the beginning.
Why is that so much more difficult, like in the middle of the race?
Well, like the race we did Wednesday, it gets a lot of courses, they go into woods, and that's only like 2-3 people wide, and it's really hard to get past people, especially if they're crunched up right there. So if you can just pass them right at the beginning, you don't have to worry about that in between.
So is that almost kind of a mental piece as well at the beginning? Like, could you get worried about that and end up throwing yourself off?
For sure. If you get into your head that you think you're going too fast, that could really mess you up in the race. But you just have to stick with what pace you pick, though.
Is that something you guys, like your coaches, have talked to you guys about so that you can combat it at all?
For sure. Our coaches definitely will talk to us about our mental state during a race.
How big is that, like overall?
For me, I would say mental state is probably just as important as your training. What you're thinking about during the race, how you think you're going to do, it really affects most of it just because you're out there 3 miles by yourself, basically.
Yeah. What would you guys say? Is that similar to what you would say?
Yeah, I would say the mental aspect is maybe even more important than the physical.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because if you're telling yourself you can't run the race, then you're not going to finish the race.
Fair. Aiden, do you have anything to add? Or?
I think mental state is probably the most important thing when it comes to running. I think when you're running, the nerves start to build up, and you could just fall apart in an instant. So you just got to stay positive and, listen to what your coaches have been telling you the whole time and just have confidence in your training.
Okay. Is that a lot of your training, like building your confidence through your training, or?
Yes,
okay.
For sure.
All right. Do you guys have anything else you want to kind of highlight? Any ideals or morals that the team really has that you have focused on throughout the season?
Well, Morales, since our first day of practice, has really talked to us about being a team together. Even though it seems like just an individual sport, he's really emphasized us working together, pushing each other in practice and in races, and being very encouraging. So he's definitely encouraged that as a team.
Okay. Ava, Aiden, do you have anything else, or would you say that about sums it up?
Yeah, just say what Will says.
Yeah, commit to consistency is our motto this year.
All right. And we'll take a quick break and then come back for the rest of the pregame show.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sailor Nation Sports Network here, and the homecoming weekend where the Sailors are going to be taking on the Wolves of Wyoming. But right now, we're focusing on a few other sports, fall sports, that culminate into the homecoming celebration as well. And we're going to give a little bit of focus and some attention to cheerleading. So,
yes.
Ladies, I'm going to turn this over to you. Why don't we start with you? Just introduce yourself and tell us what grade you're in.
Okay, I'm Abigail Silvas. I'm a senior this year.
And I'm Naisha Sharp, and I'm also a senior.
Abigail and Naisha, welcome. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank
now,
you.
did you volunteer, or were you told you had to come up here?
We volunteered.
We volunteered.
That's fantastic. So how long you been in cheerleading?
Me, I've been cheering since I was like 5, but I started in the Montessori's program in 5th grade when I moved here.
Okay.
About the same thing for me. I started a year later. I started in 6th grade. I did have a few internal injuries. I had mono, so it's taken a few years off of my cheerleading experience, but I'm back and so excited.
Well, I tell you, there's a lot of people that don't think that cheerleading is a sport. I know, I'm sure you've heard that, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
But I see how hard you guys work down there, and you guys get we take an opportunity to get you guys on the broadcast. I don't know if you guys ever go back and watch the broadcast. We see you guys. We try to give you guys a little bit of attention and love down there with all the hard work that you're doing. What do you have to say for those people that think that cheerleading isn't a sport?
I like to say I want to see you try.
That's a good answer. That's a very good answer.
Yeah, I say the same thing. I talk to some people on the team, and they get kind of embarrassed that they get made fun of for it, and I just say they couldn't do what you do. So
that's a 100% true fact.
Yeah.
And we watch every single week. You guys are down there, and like the pyramids and throwing each other up. And how much trust do you have to have? Yeah, it is. How much trust do you have to have in somebody to? Are you guys? Are you the ones that get thrown up into the air and get caught? Like, how much, Naisha? How much trust do you have to have with your teammates on that?
I'm no longer a flyer, but
Okay.
like I feel like I can really relate to both perspectives. Like being under somebody, like you really have to take control, and then as a flyer, you just have to be very trusting and know that do your part, and that you're the one that's being seen, but you also, need to trust what's below you, and then, yeah.
Are you a flyer?
No, I could not be. She actually used to be my flyer in middle school. I'm a main base.
Okay.
And so a lot of the times you have to tell your flyer, like, I'm not going to let you fall. And it's the kind of thing where you have to put yourself below your flyer. Even if you think a stunt is wobbly, you have to kind of dive.
Break that fall?
Yeah, and
Wow,
sometimes
I
it can
never even
be.
thought about this.
It can be more dangerous.
Underneath it.
It can be more
Sure.
dangerous. There's a lot more injuries for people on top than it is, or for people on the bottom than it is on the top.
I would imagine that there's a sense of responsibility if you're one of those people, and if something started to go wrong, naturally you'd want to go in and try to catch them, save them, make sure that they don't hit.
100%.
I could see where there would be more injuries associated with that. Now, explain some of the positions within the cheerleading world.
So there's many different, there's not really many positions, but like when it comes to stunting, you have your main base and your side base, then your back spot and your flyer, and that's basically it. But then, yeah, that's just it. Like when it comes to stunting, those are the only like specific positions that you have. But as a main base and a side base, like those can switch out. But like after a while, like once you get accommodated to your role, you kind of just like, that's what you're used to. And like once you figure out what you do best, that's kind of what you stick to.
Yeah.
How do you determine who's going to do what? Like, do you just have certain people that are brave enough to jump right into being flyers? Like, yeah, I want to be thrown 30 feet into the air, and
Right.
I'm cool with that.
It's really up to our coach. A lot of it is like as a base. A lot of people are just like naturally like want to be on bottom, so like that's what they go towards. But it's really like up to our coach because you have to be able to like somebody underneath. You need to be able to get anybody up, and like the top girl, like decisions is not about being small. It's about flexibility and body control. Someone who's tight, someone who's able to hold their own weight and really flexible.
Yeah.
So, when you guys do you do tryouts? Is that kind of how
Yes.
how you determine where you go? The coach kind of sees what physicality you have and what what sense you have of within the positions, and then she kind of puts you in the right spots. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, it's based on skill. So a lot of the times you can see us doing running tumbling, where it's kind of what I explained to my mom. It's where we go backwards. It's where we throw ourselves upside down. It's that kind of stuff. And a lot of the times that's you have to have a standing back handspring to make varsity. So it's really about pushing your body and trusting your body, because a lot of the time it's a very mental sport. So it's really hard to throw yourself backwards and trust yourself to know that your body knows how to do it.
Sure.
So if someone is struggling with that mental piece, like how do you help them overcome and be able to perform that? Like if they're physically able to and they've done it and perhaps they miss one and now they're mentally unable to do it. How do you get over that?
I feel like a main part of our sport that people skip over is not just the physical part but the mental part, but there's a lot of encouragement because like as a cheerleader, like that's the whole point of it. Like you cheer each other on, and yeah, we cheer on the football players, but we're really cheering on our teammates, and we try to encourage them and make sure that everyone feels safe and confident and make sure everyone's like really like into it, you know? Like you have to get people to trust themselves, and by that, like sometimes it's silly and you see us like do like say silly chants or like all the crazy little sayings that we have, but like it's really like you need to be their biggest cheerleader. Even though you're their cheerleader, you need to be your teammate's biggest cheerleader.
Sure. How do you feel like your movements and your stunts and all that kind of stuff, does it feel like you connect with the crowd an awful lot? Like, do you feel like you're able to really get the crowd going? Do they get attached to what you guys are doing down there on the field?
Well, I am a little cheers coach, so I teach the little girls. And to see the way that their parents interact with them, it's so fun. But seeing the difference between like a high school varsity football crowd versus a minis crowd, that's like a large difference. They're kind of more focused on the football, and that's totally fine. But the student section is where we have the most fun. They want to hear everything that we have to say, and you hear the every time we do something.
They get really invested in all like the things that we find, like the small things. They get really invested into it. So like that's why we like to go by the student section, because like now like the older we get, like the older people or the older crowd that aren't like cheer parents, they're really like here for the game. So it's a little bit harder to get them engaged, but for the most part, they participate.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why, as we've done this, we give a lot of additional attention to the band and the cheerleading.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights, high school football is everything. It really is, and that includes you guys on the field as well.
It's a community.
So it really is. So what does homecoming mean to you guys? This is homecoming. Is it extra special to be able to be here for that and do that? You guys got done with a parade.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's our senior year, so it's our last one. I feel like it's really important to us. There's a ton of big games, like a ton of big games like Sailor Salute and, but there's nothing really for like, and there's different themes, but there's nothing really like showing up as a sailor and being able to represent your school at your homecoming game is something else.
That's awesome. Do you guys do competitive cheer?
Yeah.
Do most of the cheerleaders that are, sideline cheer, do they mostly do the cheer?
A big majority of them. Some people like play other winter sports, but for the most part, sideline, once you really like get into it and like if cheer's your main sport, sideline is really like, of course it's for the football team and like Friday Night Lights and the game stuff, but it's really just preparation for when November hits, because it's really go time after that.
Sure.
And it comes really fast. So we use the whole summer, we do, learn the chants and all that stuff, but it's a lot of conditioning, and it's a lot of getting in that mindset and getting ready, because we were just on break from the end of the season, whether we made it to postseason or not, all the way throughout spring break, and then until school ends, and then that's when it's like we try to get back into that mode.
What do you guys do in the spring season? What do you guys have?
We have we don't do as much, but we have like some coordinated off-season practices because our coach isn't like, she's not really allowed to coach, you know, because that'd be like an unfair advantage. But like the older people on the team, or like previous, like people who are on their way to graduate, so like this year would be our class, we try to coordinate some practices like outside of school or after school, like in the field and stuff. Just especially we like to invite the middle schoolers, the incoming freshmen.
That's
so
cool.
they really get an idea of like what they're getting themselves into, or just so they have a little bit experience or knowledge, and they're not just like, you know, shell-shocked when they get here and they're like,
Absolutely.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to get them exposed.
So going back to that, how you're preparing for competitive cheer, does that mean that when you're like practicing, are you practicing those competitive cheers as well, or is it more just for sideline?
So she prepares the rounds throughout the sideline season.
And throughout the off season, like when the next season ends, our coach is like really, like,
she's
about,
in it.
Yeah, she's very invested in our sport, and she stays on top of it. So like before, like as soon as the season's starting to end and we're getting an idea of like what's gonna happen next, like she's already like getting those words ready and getting those rounds and ideas, and maybe we should do this and formation and like people. You know, stuff like that. But we're not actually like allowed, she's not allowed to show us any rounds or like tell us any words to the cheer, but like, you know.
But she's kind of scouting for the sideline season and through our off season. She's kind of scouting like, what is this team really good at? This team is really good at these libs, and they're really good at this twist cradle. Like, I want to add a few more of those in the round. So she kind of looks at what we're best at throughout the sideline
She
season.
likes to play to our strengths, basically.
Yes, and then she puts them in the rounds.
So can that give you guys an advantage since you have so many sideline cheer girls also in competitive cheer compared to other schools who may not have all those sideline cheer?
Yeah, I think it definitely does because, like I said, it gets us ready. We're getting, not everyone who does sideline does competitive, obviously, but like we get that bond and we get the feel of the team, and we know how we work together and what works and what doesn't work. And it's not really about the material, but it's like getting that team chemistry, so we know that once it's go time, like what we need to work on and what's already good, so we can put that on the back burner, so we don't have to overdo it.
Tell us a little bit about Coach. What kind of a coach?
Oh my
is
gosh.
Is she mean? Is she like? Tell us the type of coach.
She's evil. I'm just kidding.
Better hope she's not watching.
Sorry, Coach. No, she is a teacher here at Mona Shores. She is an 8th grade English teacher, and I was just talking to my boyfriend's brother, and I was like, he didn't know who our coach was, and I said, oh, Miss Heathouse, she is in the middle school, and he goes, oh, I should have known, there's pictures of you guys everywhere. So she loves cheer. This is the thing that she loves to do, and she is incredibly kind and is all in 100% of the time and is incredibly focused and the best coach we could ask for.
Yeah. She, like, genuinely, she's, like, one of my favorite people. She, like,
yeah.
She's, you know how people say teaching, like being a teacher, like, in this day and age is a labor of love, and it really is. And it's not just teaching, but she also teaches, but she has 2 little kids, and she dedicates her time throughout the summer, throughout the school year, with school and work and everything else to be with us. And like, if she could get out on the mat and do it for us, she would, but she can't. And so it's like she will do whatever she has to do. She will stay up. Like, when I tell you, this lady does not sleep from November to February. Like, she is really
fully
like
invested.
100%.
100%. And like, about her coaching style, she doesn't, like, she rarely yells. She's the sit back and watch, and it's like, she gives you that look, like, if you know, you know.
Right.
And it's like she snaps you together, but she rarely has to, like, yell or, like, raise her voice, and if she does, like, that's how you know. But she's definitely, like, very laid back, and she's a communicator. She doesn't do the like the
blame
little side
game.
Yeah, she doesn't play the blame game. She doesn't do the side comments. Like, she says, like, she's straight to the point, and that's really what it is.
What's your favorite thing about cheer?
My favorite thing about cheer? Like, do you mean, like, physically or, like, the whole
Just
thing?
in general, overall, what's your favorite thing about cheer?
Definitely the team. I feel like I like school, but, like, cheer is, like, my motivation. Like, I love, like, that's my favorite part of the day. I love my teammates. I love making new friends. It's like, cheer is like a home, So it's like you can walk into a room or like a school event and you don't know anybody, but like you see your teammates. It's like you build a family and like they're your sisters. Like it's like you always have somebody because there's so many of us.
It's a community, truly it is. Like when we're getting ready for competitive and we're getting out, when we're running out into the mat, you see like parents and some football players and people that are there.
It gets loud in there for you guys.
Yeah, it does.
And the alumni and the youth team and the middle school and the old coaches and people who want to be coaches, and it's like you have all these people who are rooting for you, and it's like such a good feeling because sometimes it's like it's hard and you get tired and there's so much going on, and then you're just like, there's always someone rooting for you, like just simply because you're a Mona Shores cheerleader, whether you're on JV, middle school, or a youth team, like there's always going to be somebody rooting for you.
Ladies, you got anything else going?
Nothing for me.
Ladies, we're going to let you get back down to the sidelines to do that great job that you always do down there and taking care of this crowd and the student section and the football players and your teammates. So thank you very much for joining us
so
just a little bit. Give us a little bit of the insight on how sideline cheer works and how hard you guys work, and hope you enjoy this game and hope it's successful and you guys have a great homecoming.
Thank you.
We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back, and we'll probably be starting into our regular pregame routine here momentarily. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
if there's 61 years of football, it's got to be followed by 61 years of homecoming. And there is nothing better on a high school campus than homecoming. And this year, we are proud to bring you the homecoming ceremonies here at Sailor Stadium. The band, the pomp, the circumstance, the graduates, whether in the band or cheerleading, are going to be here tonight. There's going to be the dance. There's going to be other activities going on all weekend long for homecoming number 61 at Mona Shores. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sailor Nation Sports Network here on the beautiful campus of Mona Shores High School. And what a great day it is. The first weekend in October is about to start in a couple days, but until then, it is football at its best. OK Green Conference action coming at you here tonight as the Sailors play host to the Wolves of Wyoming. Off to my right, he's simply the best in the business in giving us stats. That's Stevie Stats. Steve DeLong to my left. The Godfather, Joe Kanukin, running the board. We've got young Cohen. Cohen is up in the bird's nest tonight.
He is, yes. Cohen Holman is up. He is taking over the primary camera duties.
For the best in the business.
Best in the business, the eye in the sky, Kim and Kodas. We, as a group, and hopefully you guys as a fan, give a lot of good love out there. Kimmin is over having some surgery done over at Henry Ford. And he's not going to be able to join us for this one. I think he'll be back next week, though.
Well, they hope. But we've got somebody else here.
Yes, Caleb Brott is on the sideline, and this is the shot that Caleb is getting ready. He's been under the tutelage of Cohen Holman for the last couple of opportunities that we've been able to broadcast some of our stuff. So we're going to turn him loose down there, and he's going to be ready to go.
Well, tonight the Sailors are playing host to the Wolves of Wyoming, and Steve's going to brief us in on some stats a little bit right now regarding this game. But first and foremost, it is homecoming, and nothing brings back a crowd like a homecoming event right here, whether it's past band members, cheerleaders, educators, students, alum, you name it. It's just a wonderful atmosphere here at Mona Shores. And tonight we are blessed on an absolutely another picture-perfect day. Slight breeze coming in out of the east. But Stevie, fill us in. What do you got for us tonight regarding this game?
Yeah, so Wyoming comes in tonight. Overall, they're 0-5, 0-3 in the conference. Last week, they're coming off a loss to Grand Rapids Union, 47-23. They're averaging 11 points per game this year. They're giving up 48 points per game. That doesn't add up to a lot of wins, to be honest with you.
That's a rough season, right?
Yeah, that's a rough season. Right.
They're led by Carlton Brewster, who's in his third season as head coach at Wyoming. A little bit of news over there at Wyoming this week where he was taking a leave of absence, but he's back 2 days later. The administration did whatever check they needed to do. I think a couple parents may have complained.
Well, some players were also threatening to quit, went up to the school board and did that. And from everything that I read, this guy's a class act as well to the community, to the parents, to the kids. He loves what he's doing, and he embraces the kids.
Yeah, and he comes from he was a quarterback at Creston, the 1999 state runner-up, played wide receiver at Ferris, he played 2 years in the NFL at Cleveland and Denver. So he has the pedigree for sure. So it's just tough. In the last 3 games, they're 0-3 against Mona Shores. They lost last year 48-14 to us. And then in the last 3 games to Mona Shores, they've been outscored 151-20. So, it's going to be a tough one for Wyoming tonight, and they're going to have to play their best football, that's for sure.
I was looking at some stats here because I know I can't keep up with you, but I was going back here to some stats. They had a winning season in 2016. Other than that, they've had no other winning season.
They've had only 2 winning seasons, 2012 and 2016, since they began school.
Yeah, and they are a combination of Wyoming Rogers and Wyoming lumped together right here.
Yep.
In 2022, they were winless. 2021, 1 win. They've struggled. It's a very diverse community as well. African Americans, white, Hispanics, and so he's trying to build a program, and it's tough. And with the realignment, that may help them as well. I want to congratulate, though, before we get any farther, and before I forget, the freshmen came away with a hard-fought victory over Grand Rapids West Catholic. Coach Millis and his staff, congratulations. Mike Koziak and the JV team traveled to Wyoming and came away with a 40-48 victory at Wyoming. So all programs are at 3-2 on the year and moving forward as the conference goes on. So, Steve, question for you. You're a grad of Montreal. What do you remember about homecoming games?
Well, I remember a lot, but having played football,
right?
We didn't partake in too much of this. But back then, they used to make they used to build floats.
We used to build floats,
yes,
right?
And it was cool, so you'd have a float at someone's house, obviously,
and
you'd go over there at night. But with it, during football, I was pretty focused on football. I'd stop over, see a couple people, and then go home at night and study football stuff. But it is an exciting time as school, and people come back home for it, and it's good. It's good. And the parade, I don't know how long they've had the community parade for, but it's been a great addition to homecoming. And the community. I got here at 5:00 today, and people in the parade started at 5, but down a mile or so away, and people were lined up all the way down Seminole waiting for the parade to come through. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Going back to the float thing, I remember at Muskegon we went to Clark Funeral Home and we're working on float right there. We had the vets and the fancy cars going around the track and the float, the king and the queen, and the whole yard. Homecoming's changed quite a bit, but it's still a wonderful time of year where family and friends get back together to reunite. How you doing? Good to see you, and all that good kind of stuff like that. What about your homecoming? Do you have any memories regarding homecoming?
Yeah, same thing. The homecoming, I don't know if you recall this, but we are the only class of 1993, to win the float building all 4 years, freshman, sophomore, JV.
Well, there's a stat one would have thought.
And it was all thanks to Dan Brentana. Everybody
it had to
was
be one
there.
person.
It was a ton of people, but Dan Brentana, he has his own construction business and everything else.
Of course he does.
So
why not?
he ended up building some of these elaborate floats, and I can tell you that there are pictures in the yearbooks. You wouldn't believe the floats that we had.
Seriously.
It was just incredible. And we won all 4 years. Only class that was ever able to do it. In the history of the school, all 4 years. And then they stopped doing the float building. I think they felt bad.
Well, Steve, you're going to have to write that little stat down for every homecoming that you can.
There's no way I would remember that. I couldn't even tell you what our float was. I don't know
what our.
I bet Joe knows. I bet Joe knows what his float was.
I can't tell you that. No. Don't put me on the spot with that.
I couldn't even tell you.
But wherever you are, however you are listening, we are awfully pleased and proud that you are part of our family. You're part of our community. Let Joe know. Send a text out to us. Where you're from, and if there's anything we can do to improve what we do, hey, we're here for you.
Stevie, before we get too far into this, I think we should go over our pigskin pick'ems for this week. What do you think?
Know what? Let's do that. I think that's a great idea. So these are the Wasserman Pigskin Pick'ems brought to you by Wasserman Flowers, oldest family-owned business in Muskegon. I think it's 143 years. Troy Wasserman and Angie Neeland are the owners. And Nick is Nick. If we only had a camera on Nick right now,
God, all of us.
See, let's just start out with the current season record. As you can see, Nick's in last place.
He's got a spin it.
And so what he did was went across to everyone's pick to see if he could get up and possibly move into that first place spot. But here's the problem: we picked these independently.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
And we all picked the same teams tonight. So no matter what,
I'm still
you're still in last place. I mean, at least, you know, there's something to be said about streaks. I mean, last year into this year, just staying in that last place spot.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
I start out hot, though, and then I just – cause you know what it is, fellas. I'm going to be honest. The people have reached out to me. Said, Nick, slow down. You're making your buddies look bad. Let them catch up.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't think there's anyone listening that believes that.
Not a single.
All right, so then
go ahead.
We have
Here
Caledonia at Hudsonville. That's an interesting game.
Right there,
that's an interesting game. We all picked Caledonia.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Why?
Yeah, well, I picked Caledonia. They played a really tough game against a really tough Rockford. This wasn't last week, but it was the last time that we broadcast. It was the last pick that we did. But I think that you look at the rankings and everything else, Caledonia is just more complete team. I think that they go into Hudsonville.
Yeah, but Hudsonville's doggone good as well. But I just don't think Caledonia brings back a boatload of players.
They do.
Yeah, and
they're just tough.
Complete.
They are going to be one of the teams that people have to go through in the Division II.
Well, let's hop over to the other high school game, Whitehall at Oak Ridge. I'll just start. Whoever Whitehall plays, I'm going to have a tough time picking against them.
Agreed.
And although, I mean, Oak Ridge clearly is the name brand. They have the reputation. They've been the big dog on the block for quite some time, them and Montague. It's Whitehall's time, no doubt.
Well, not only that, but this group of seniors at Whitehall is the last really big, talented group of kids, and I think after this year they're going to fall down just a little bit. But I agree with you, Steve.
Can I?
Yeah.
So Kyle Stratton is their quarterback at Whitehall. He's thrown for over 1,000 yards and 15 touchdowns. He's second in the area to James Young from North Muskegon, who's thrown for 15 touchdowns also, but 1,100 yards. I mean, and then Montague's quarterback, Mason Dark, has thrown for 700. So the WMC, which you don't think of, think of more as a ground and pound, not an air it out. So that was interesting.
No, yeah, and that's a great point right there. That brings in this right here, yeah.
And then
the Michigan State, Iowa.
I was torn. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't sure. I just went with Iowa based on the home field advantage. But Iowa did not look very good last week, and we kind of know what's going on at Michigan State. So.
Yeah, but Iowa's in trouble, too, because Kurt Farron's son is calling the plays at Iowa, and a lot of ESPN gurus are saying how much longer is Kurt Farron's going to hang on to his kid.
Well, he has an addendum in his contract that the offense had to average, I think it was 20-some points this year, or else he gets fired.
They're not even close to it.
No.
Well, yeah, I think the writing's on the wall because they're archaic in their offensive scheme. They score nothing. And Kurt Farron's is literally the dean of Big Ten football.
But here we are talking so bad about Iowa, but we all pick Iowa.
So. Well, I pick Iowa because, same with you, it's a horrible situation at Michigan State.
It's no other way to say it. As a Michigan fan, I want Michigan State to be relevant. I want all of our rivalry games to be relevant. And for the Big Ten, I want them to be relevant. But it's just a very unfortunate dumpster fire over there right now. It is incredibly sad for the students that have to go through all of this. You're probably going to see a lot of people transfer portal out of there.
Yeah, portal out.
And I think there's a clause that they can do it early if the coach is fired.
Yep, and
so
somebody brought that up at our team dinner.
Yep.
Based on that situation, you can portal out almost immediately.
But no one's left yet, though. As of my last Twitter check, no one had left. So.
Interesting.
Well, it's going to be interesting, too, to see with now the speculation come out. Now that he's been fired, who's next in line? And the rumor mills will start coming right now, and that will be instrumental in whether you portal in
But
or
it's
out.
unfortunate for
a
story program like that to be in this type of a situation, and it would be for any team.
Well, not only that, but they're just climbing out of the Larry Nassar situation.
Yes, correct.
And now this happens.
So those were your Wasserman Pigskin Pick'ems, Muskegon's oldest family-owned business, 143 years, owned by Troy Wasserman, Mona Shores graduates Troy Wasserman and Angie Neeland.
So how does that feel, Nick? He'll be holding down the basement for at least another week.
Yeah, Joe, you guys are just wonderful how you spend it. Well, I know I can't go deeper into the basement. I know that for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
There is a silver lining to
that. There is a silver lining. I can't go farther beneath you. but I can't catch up.
You can't catch up.
You can't catch up, so I'm still.
I mean, and
maybe Steve and I will just make a pact.
And we are, yeah. Maybe we should make a pact.
Wow, let's just make a pact.
I mean, we are in week 6. I mean, there's not much time.
No. There's always time, Steve. There's always time. Always time, yeah. So we got the band out here, and the flag corps is out there in the middle right here, doing a little Joshua.
Talk about this weather for a second.
Oh, my God.
I mean, here we are getting ready to turn into October. For homecoming, it's not raining. It's perfectly beautiful.
And we're going to be
sky,
in the 80s next
sunshine.
week.
Yeah. This is summer hanging on. I'm okay with it.
Me too.
Absolutely.
I am okay with it.
Absolutely. You can stay on all.
Well, once again, I want to make another shout-out to everybody. Thank you all for joining us on the John Vandervelde Nexus Realty broadcast booth here at Sailor Field. A quick shout-out for Kimon Kotis, our primary camera operator, not with us today. One of the first times that he's missed. It's very rare that we don't have Kimon with us. He is off on the east side of the state having some surgery done. And hopefully he'll be back to join us on our next broadcast. So,
Well, some breaking news on my end here now.
Oh.
Okay. I brought this up months ago, I think. Now, next Friday is what, the 6th of October?
Sounds right.
Okay. The following Friday, the 13th, I will not be here.
Why is that?
As I had brought up,
I remember.
a family wedding.
Oh, that's right. It's some third cousin twice removed that
shirt
you don't
hanging
have,
onto the shirt tail type
some
thing. Yeah.
kind of excuse to be able to take a trip somewhere or something like that.
I will be in Plymouth, Michigan.
Okay.
My cousin's wedding, Greek wedding, big to-do Greek wedding.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, we'll have to do it without you.
Yes, you will. You will.
Is that the Zeeland game?
It is Zeeland West.
Yeah, it was
in
Zeeland
too.
West. Yeah. So, okay.
It's Zeeland West at that. So.
Wyoming
now,
taking the field here.
Now, you know who we could have in the booth here? We could have, what's his name?
Matt Roberts sit down
we could
with us?
have
Yeah,
Matt
we could do that,
Robertson filling in for me possibly.
Yeah.
Matt, why don't you check your television social register and see what
if
you
your
can
contract
do for
allows.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
yes.
saying, yeah. Well, is the ink dry now on the paperwork that you just signed? A couple of shout-outs here. Jerry Holdren and his wonderful wife are just the proud parents, Haley, of a new baby boy.
Oh,
Look
that's
at
awesome.
them. And so Uncle Nick always wants to say hi
Uncle
to them,
Nick.
wishing them well. Now, rumor had it they were going to name him St. Nick after me.
Is that right?
Yeah, but it didn't happen.
Well, most rumors don't.
Yeah, most rumors. So the best I can hope for is a godfather. I love being a godfather.
Yeah?
Well,
Are you a
just-
godfather right now?
I am a
Are
godfather.
you?
I am
Okay.
a godfather.
All
Yes,
right.
that is too.
No?
I'm not the godfather, no, but I am.
Aye.
Let's say the nation sports. Coach Millis's mother-in-law always pays attention. Want to wish her the very, very best. She's battling some cancer issues, but she's pulling through and doing well at that. And Candace Calderon down in Texas watches every broadcast. That's Jason Dykstra's mother.
Oh.
She has not missed a broadcast since we started, Joe.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
We're
so
glad
I
to
want
have
to give her a little.
her and all the
you
other
know,
fans that we have
yeah,
that
so
religiously
if
watch
you
us.
want to shout out, we would be glad to give it to you.
I do have to give a shout out to Gerard Jemerson. Gerard picked up on the fact that the class of '93 won all 4 float building. He said we cheated.
Oh, there's scandal-ridden here then, isn't
He said
there?
we cheated. There's no cheating. No,
You can't-
none whatsoever.
Buddy, you had a construction guy doing it for you.
He was part of our class. Why wouldn't we utilize
well,
that
that's
talent?
true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, no. So, to everybody that I gave you out, if there's anything we can do, give you a little love, let us know. Again, Jerry and Haley, congratulations. Uncle Nick wishes you the best. Enjoy the broadcast. Let us know what we can do. All right, Stevie, let's get back to some footballs here.
All right.
What do we got to do to win this game, and how do we stop Wyoming from getting in the end zone?
Well, I'm just going to be straight up. I'm going to be honest. Wyoming is going to have to play the game of their life in order to win tonight, I believe. But here's my keys for Mona Shores. Take care of business early. Don't let Wyoming stick around. Take care of business early. Hit big home runs tonight. Jonathan Pittman has not thrown an interception yet this year. We only have 2 turnovers on the year. We're doing a really good job protecting the ball. And lastly, leave the game with no major injuries. We're starting to get kids coming back from injury. Trent Rosenthal is back. Finally, Wyoming can't have turnovers tonight. They have nothing to lose, so take chances, and they have to take time off the clock in order to make it a shorter game for Mona Shore. So those are my keys to the game. We'll check back with them later and see how they go.
Yeah, and a couple starting lineups. I'm going to go through these starting lineups right now on offense. Wide receivers, Micah Carefell and Jager Johnson. Your tackles, Vince Coleman. Chandler Mendorp is stepping in here. The next, your guards will be Eric Gold and Jaden Brown. Your center, he's a 4-year starter. That's Luke Emmons, 6'3", 315 pounds. We're going to take a minute here.
Our hometown hero is
for
being
our
announced.
Hometown hero.
Kyle was in foster care for 5 years and most recently changed the prevention program. That is to help prevent kids from getting removed. He's helped countless families in West Michigan with getting their children back, with adoption and resources to better their life. After graduating from Mason High School, he went on to Great Lakes Christian College. Kyle is joined tonight by his wife Desiree and his children Declan, Hayden, Lillian, Lincoln, and Desmond. He has presented the game ball to our referee. Kyle, your efforts and successes have proven you are truly a hometown hero.
Our hometown hero of the week being brought out on the field presenting the game ball, and this is something pretty cool that they do every single week. They look at the community and they find somebody that makes a huge impact within the.
So does it have to be a Sailor alum or grad or?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So I could bring out like an olive leaf.
You could.
Or some olives.
Yeah.
Olive oil.
Yeah, if that's something that qualifies you as a hometown hero or villain, I mean,
certainly it's not his pigskin pick'ems that makes him a hero. Sorry, that was too easy.
Yes. Oh, wow. And moving on, right? Moving on.
Boy, I hope this game is really close so we just don't divert into what's just going to happen here.
Well, it's...
Okay, so national anthem now?
Yep. We are going to turn this over for the national anthem.
want to welcome everyone back. As always, a great rendition. Going back to those starters a minute right now for the skills. Heaton Terpstra will be one slot. Anthony Caves the other slot. Your quarterback, Jonathan Pittman. At fullback, Tamarian Stewart. Chandler Mendorf is giving Chris Smith a break tonight. He's a little wounded Warner. On defense, Chase Thalman, Luke Emmons, Jamari Taylor, and Solomon Robinson are going to be the front four. Linebackers, Andrew Baker, Trent Rosenthal. Your rover is James Starr. Corners, Yeager Johnson and Omari Holland Brown. Your strong safety is Micah Carafell. Your free safety is Amara Richardson.
It's a great night for football, great night for homecoming.
Great night. It's homecoming. It doesn't get any better than this. So Cohen's going to be up in the bird's nest.
Cohen's at bird's nest tonight. That's the shot that you're seeing right there.
All right.
He's going to do fantastic, as well as Caden on the sidelines.
Yeah,
he's already got this down.
Great
That's
to
for
have.
sure. We are ready
get a
for
picture of the sunset tonight too, Cohen.
Yeah,
that's going down. Always got extra tradition here now. So again, we are underway. Looks like Sailors won the toss, so they're going to defer to the second half. Who do we got kicking off here? Is that Baker? Baker's kicking off. Oh yeah, that's right, because
Love is out.
Love is out for the second game in a row right now. Jeremiah Love on injured reserve. Little IR action here. Did you get a chance to watch that high school game last night? At all, the 5-star kid that's going to Alabama.
I was watching the Lions, man.
Yeah.
And we are underway. It's a short little pooch kick taken at the 25, and he's going to call a fair catch right there. I wonder why he did that. So
I was
first
wondering
and
the
10.
same thing.
It's a fullback that caught the ball. He's number 44, for heaven's sakes. Well, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wolves. They're going to mark it right at the 25. No, they're going to mark it at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, ball's on that far east hash. Twins, we got trips to the right. H-back offset to the left. Stevie, what do you think we're going to see tonight? More run-oriented from the Wolves?
I think you're going to see probably yes.
Yeah. Quarterback's going to go around that far left side, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be a gain of 0.
That's Jay Johnson at quarterback for Wyoming.
You know, one of the things, I certainly would not consider this a
Hall Brown on the tackle.
Trap game by any stretch of the imagination for the Sailors, but you do have an opportunity to work on fundamentals. You do have an opportunity to work on getting some of those bugs that we've seen, maybe a little bit more of the crispness on the passes. You know, he was starting to come into his own a little bit in the last game. You know, Holland was good in the game before that. Just some of those things that we saw some struggles. Let's really hone in on them on this opportunity.
Trips to the right. He's going to get the ball. Oh, nice.
Trent Rosenthal. What a hit.
Trent
Rosenthal with the tackle.
Take a look on the Lake Michigan.
With Kruger out, too, keeping him on the field and playing him at defensive end.
Yeah, and I had to talk to our boy over, and he's excited about playing DN. He really likes it. That he's able to learn a new position, and he's going to fill the void quite nicely.
Big 3rd down for the Sailors.
Slant across the middle. Oh, goes incomplete. No flags on the play. It's going to bring a 4th and 10 for the Wolves.
It was a great call play, or play call,
nice
rather,
call.
actually.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty well-thrown ball, honestly. A little high, but he
had time, too.
Yep. 87, Toscano's a big target there.
Yeah, good-sized kid. So 4th down and 10. Sheer punting situation for the Wolves. Going to Hayden Terpstra along with, who else is back there, Stevie? Can't see the number. Guy on the far right.
Richardson, I believe.
Richardson, okay. Oh, there's a
That's
nice
a great punt.
There's a punt. This is returnable. Turcher is going to get the ball. He crosses the 30.
I think he made the wrong cut.
Yeah, he made the wrong cut. He went left and should have gone right. But, hey.
When he should have zagged.
There is a flag on the play.
Go ahead and see what that flag is going to be. Right about midfield, right at the 48, 50-yard line.
Good eye there, Joseph.
No signal yet from the referees.
I don't know if they're picking it up or not.
Well, yeah, they have an injury, and it's in an odd place, too.
Well, they're bringing the ball back up to where he was tackled, unless they're going to mark it off.
Maybe they're just going to wave it off?
No, they're marking it off from
they're
there.
going to mark off. So it's going to be against Wyoming.
Face mask.
So a 5-yard face mask, which is about as incidental a face mask that they'll call.
Right, yeah. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Sailors. Ball's going to be marked at the 38-yard line. What do you think, Stevie? Pass or run? I'm going pass, baby.
I'm going run.
I'm going to go run,
sweep.
too.
Jet sweep.
2 runs and a
Something,
pass.
yep.
He's going downfield with it. Here we go. Yeah, look at that. Tamarian Stewart, spin trap. Stewart's going to run. Look at that. That's a
Stewart.
great change. Stewart breaking
Hold on
5,
to
6, 7 tackles all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Take a look at the Lake Michigan Insurance instant replay on
45-yard gain. Trap. Boom.
There was nobody that touched him until he was 15 yards deep into the secondary.
Eric Gould, the pulling guard, just laid that tackle out. Brings up the 1st and 10. Ball's going to be marked at the 20-yard line.
Did you say it was going to be a pass?
I did.
Okay.
It's like my picks.
Glad you said it.
Little sweep around that left side. Sailors are down inside the 10. No, he's going to mark it at the 11-yard line.
It's Anthony Cage on the carry.
Anthony Cage with the ball. 2 plays deep inside the Wolves' territory. Steve, you seem to bring up a lot of my flaws today lately. Not sure if I'm really happy with that.
We got to have
but
something
that's
to talk
okay.
about.
Yes, we do. I'm sure we do. Twins to the top. Terps are in motion. It's a high snap. Pittman can't get it.
I think Stewart was able to get it.
I think Tamarian Stewart was able to get it.
He did get it.
That's got to upset Coach Kozak immensely. At this point in the season right here, things like that should not be happening. As many snaps as they take in the spring, in the summer, even in the wintertime during the off-season stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you got Luke Emmons, who hasn't always played center, but he's a 4-year starter. You have Jonathan's a second-year starter at quarterback. Right. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Those are frustrating.
Yeah, very frustrating. No excuse. But it happened. We rebound. It's a loss of some little counter back here.
So going back to the fundamentals on a game like this.
Anthony Cage on the carry.
You can't do that kind of stuff.
Well, against quality opponents, you're absolutely right. Kiss of death.
Well, you can't do them here and expect that you're not going to do them against the quality opponents. You have to be able to almost play perfect on this type of a opportunity.
Yeah.
So 4th and 5.
Trips to the right, split to the left. Coach Kozak changing the plays. Pittman looking over here.
8:20 left in the quarter.
Hard count. It's not drawing him offside. We're going to burn a timeout. He's going to burn a timeout right now. He's got to. All right, with 8:01 remaining here in the opening quarter, the Sailors going to take a timeout. Not being able to draw the Wolves offside on a couple hard counts. We're going to take a break with them. Hey, it's only the first quarter, and it's still 0-0.
Trophy House is your #1 source for fan gear, corporate and team sales, trophies, awards, and more. Visit them in their new showroom, right next door from their old showroom on Henry Street. If it can be logoed, they're your resource. Your brand is their business.
Want to welcome everyone back. It's 4th and 6. Ball's marked at the 15-yard line. Sailors having to take the first of 3 timeouts. Trips right, split left. Pittman back, looking across the middle. Terpstra! Whoa, nice pop. Terpstra said, not tough enough, big boy. I'm in for the touchdown.
Take a look on the Lake Michigan Insurance Instant Replay. This had all day to develop. Nice little crossing route. I mean,
boom, Terpstra got popped, but he pops right back up, baby.
And we were talking about during the commercial why he would call a timeout, not just run the play. And I think it's probably because of that. Did see what they came out in the same formation, see what the alignment was by Wyoming, and then choose a play based on that.
Yeah. So the swinging gate from left and right. All right, who's kicking then? Carefell with the kick. The left footer, it's up. It is good. So with 7:57 remaining here in the opening quarter, Sailors march about 65 yards and 7 plays to go up 7-0. We're going to take another quick break, but come on back.
From truck beds to bed beds, we've got your home and auto covered. Combine your home and auto with Lake Michigan Insurance Agency, and you could save $650. That's like 325 gallons of gas, or 21 sets of comfy sheets. So, trust our experts to find the perfect amount of coverage for you, making sure you're covered when you need it and how you need it. We shop a variety of insurance providers, industry leaders like Citizens and Frankenmuth Insurance, to make sure you get the highest quality coverage at the lowest possible rate. In Muskegon County, trust Ryan Rozicki to start a quote for you today. Visit Ryan at our Norton Avenue office in the Park Place Shopping Center near Goodwill and Pites and Courts Restaurant, or visit lmcu.org/insurance to get started.
Andrew Baker, high end over and kick, taking it to 20, cross at the 15,
good
across
coverage.
the 20. Runs backwards a little bit, so it's going to be tackled at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Wolves, marked at the 20. Terpstra on the tackle.
So from touchdown catch to kickoff tackle.
Yeah, Terp does it all.
He's a scrappy dude, isn't he?
Well, he is a
scrappy little dude.
Well, I think he's finally back to 100%. You can just tell by the way he's moving out there. You know, he had a little foot injury over the summer, and I think he's finally back to 100% here.
Trips right, split left. Fullback offset to the right. Ball's marked at the 22-yard line. Gives it to the fullback, and he's going to get maybe a step across the initial line of scrimmage. Solomon Robertson on the tackle. Speaking about tackles here, we got the trying to keep up with Stevie's stats, and it's futile, but I'll try to give myself. Defensively, tackles here. Andrew Baker from Mona Shores, 1, 2, 3. He's in 4th place with 43 tackles on the year. Trips to the right, split left again. Fullback offset to the left. He's going to give it to the fullback. That's a good-sized fullback.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good-sized kid. He's going to get the first down. God, he's like a rambling wreck here, number 28.
Let's take a look at the Lake Michigan Insurance Instant Replay and see what happened here.
Jack Trevine.
He tripped at the line of scrimmage, which gave him about another 3 to 5 more yards to get ahead of steam.
Yeah.
And once he got the head of steam, it was hard to take him down.
That's a good-sized kid.
Sure is.
Brings up a 1st and 10. The ball's going to be marked at the Wolves' 38-yard line over here on that Sunset Coast here. The hash at Sailor Nation.
So they're going trips to the short side here.
Yeah, they are. Wide splits to the left. Fullback offset to the right. Hard count.
Yeah, they got him.
Tackled by Rosenthal and Baker. Boy, look at Rosenthal. Cohen, if you get a chance, zoom down on number 5, Rosenthal's right side right there. You can see that cast right there where he cracked his wrist a little bit. He's got it all taped up. Nice job, buddy. He's got it all taped up and bandaged up. It's literally a club, but it's a soft club right now. to make
anything to get back on the field.
Well, anything to get, but it's got to be legal as well too. You know, you can't have a brick cast on there. Twins to the top and bottom, 2x2 look. Fullback offset to your left. We got a little motion from right to left.
Mona Shore showing a little bit of a 3-3-5 look.
Yeah.
Timeout by the Wolves.
Dancing the players around.
So there's going to be a timeout taken by the Wolves, I'm assuming.
Yes, it was.
So we're going to take it with the Wolves. Your score with 5:42 remaining here in the opening quarter. Sailors up 7-0.
Looking to buy or sell? Look no further than our broadcast booth sponsor, John Vandervelde at Nexus Realty. Give him a call at 231-759-3634 or go see him at 880 West Broadway Avenue in Muskegon. Nexus Realty, team-based real estate professionals. Lakeside Cafe is a family-run business that started in 2013. Located right off the shores of Lake Michigan, it features many delicious meals along with excellent service and a family-friendly atmosphere. Breakfast is served all day, open 7 days a week. Both dine-in and takeout available. Quality ingredients, endless options. Lakeside Cafe. Lakeside Cafe is a family-run business that started.
2 look, fullback offset to the left. Boy, they're still trying to hard count him right there. He's going to give it to a little sweep, and that's number 12 carrying the ball. And Sherrod Mitchell trying to go around that left side. He's not really going to get anything.
And we got a
Rosenthal and Robinson, the R&R boys on the tackle. We've got an injured Wolf down there. Trainer's coming out to see him at this point.
You know, we talked about a few things that we wanted to cover during this broadcast. I listened to the Huge Show the other day, and on Wednesdays they have the MHSAA. They have Mark Ewell come in, and they ask him a lot of very interesting questions. One of the things that they talked about was athletic trainers, and now athletic trainers, they used to be a 4-year degree, and now it's required to be a 6-year master's program in order to be a trainer. And because that is the case, they're going into medical fields that actually pay more. I mean, if you're going to go to that much schooling, they're not going into athletic trainers for high schools. And because of that, they're starting to see a shortage of athletic trainers. So he even said out there, if you have an athletic trainer that you like that is really good, take good care of them, because they are worth their weight in gold right now at the school level.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And we do.
I mean,
if I have to get
a master's, why would I want us to hang around and make chump change when I can make big money?
Or you don't want to do it in high school and you want to go to college route or somewhere higher like that.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 8. Ball's marked at the 41-yard line. Trips right. Fullback offset to the right.
Sailors showing blitz.
Quarterback's going to keep. He's got a little real estate right there. A couple cuts. He's going to pick up about maybe 5 yards. You're going to pick who? Careful on the tackle. Gain of 6. It'll be 4th and 2.
For the coach and for the quarterback here, you're playing against Mona Shores. You're 4th and 2. You go for this, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You haven't won a game.
Haven't you? You haven't won a game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, Joe. You go for it, Joe?
That's what I was thinking. That's why I was saying. I was just more of a confirmation. Than
yeah, oh, gosh, yes.
I'd
hard count
him first and then run a play.
Tell you what, I'd give it that big stud right there, number 28. He's a hard running horse for him. So you got trips to the left. Oh, they're going to pull him. 13's going to carry the ball. He's going to get. Oh, did he get it, though?
On the spot. Looks like they're going to give it to him.
No, look like they're going to give it to him with
far
the
side,
spot.
Far
no,
side,
the official's given it to him already.
Yep. You've got nothing to lose coming into this field.
Yep.
I would go. That's why I just wanted to confirm from your perspectives if that was the same.
Yeah.
Now, was that my perspective or Steve's or both of them?
Both. Yeah, both.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure I'm in this mix because I've been getting.
Yeah. That's why I said coach and quarterback. What were your thoughts?
Okay. I just want to make sure on that. Okay.
As usual, you weren't listening to me.
Yeah. Trips left.
Gosh, you don't want Steve to get a hold of ahead of you on anything, do you?
No.
I don't want to be
I'm a little irritable.
picking the same thing as him either.
There's that freight train. Look at that, man. Give that horse the ball.
Wow, this is incredible.
Give that horse the ball. He's a stallion out there.
Lake Michigan Insurance instant replay.
Paul Brown on the tackle.
Give some credit to the blocks right there at the line of scrimmage. That opened up enough of a seam
kid, and he sets them up nice, too. He's not outrunning those blocks, you know. I mean, this kid's Jeff Terzine. Jack Trevine is the ball carrier. But, okay, so what was it? Holding. Oh, that's a tough break. So it's going to bring up. It's a spot.
Well, that's a 20-yard walk-off.
God, that's huge.
How is that? They marked off 20 yards there. Oh, it was from the spot of the foul.
But it's not the spot anymore.
No, it wasn't the spot because it's 12 yards.
They changed that rule this year.
Yeah, it's farther than 10 yards. I mean, he was way up here. That's more like a 15, 20-yard.
It was a 20-yard
penalty, yeah. Oh, it just kills them right there. I mean, that was a nice little drive they had going right there. Nonetheless,
this is why we need
Rosenthal on the tackle. So it brings up a second down and 19. The ball's back at the 46. Trips right.
2:57 left first quarter.
4-2-5 look for the Sailors. Quarterback rolling out to his right, looking for someone to receive. He's got an open receiver right here. Oh! James Starr timing it just right to deflect it. I thought I tell you what, if James would have had a pick, that was a pick six right there.
2:43 left in the quarter.
And give another credit to the quarterback. He did get it up and over.
Oh, yeah.
Starr, it was over his reach, and the wide receiver had a shot at it. It was a little high still, but he at least put it in a spot where only his
he might have had a better
guy
chance to run a little bit here, too. Split left, twins to the right side here, fullback offset to the right, quarterback looking over to the offensive coordinator who's changing up the play. Fullback's going to slide over to the right now. Rolling out. Well, he's got some real estate right here.
Oh, it's got a hold there.
But, okay, we got multiple flags coming in. Rosenthal again on the tackle.
Boy, the minute you mentioned real estate, Sailors closed it right up.
I know, but he was tippy-toeing, though.
Yeah.
Holding. Oh, the Wolves are just going to shoot themselves in the foot.
Decline that, correct?
Yep. So it's going to bring up a fourth down. Now it's a punting situation. You see, now you got to punt. Yeah. And talking about drive killers, we talked about that last week right there. Yeah, penalties killed them. Here, they were in Sailor territory at about the 42. Now they're all the way back to the 44 in their own territory.
After going on fourth down and getting the first down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was some momentum that they were.
Well, not only that, that was a nice straight drive they had. This is a nice punt right here. Church was calling for a fair catch.
That was a great punt. That's two great punts.
Yeah, this guy, I was watching him in warm-up. He was doing 45, 50-yard punts with very nice hang time. 2:27 remaining here in the quarter. We're going to stay here as the Sailors are running out. The Wolves had a nice drive. They really had a nice – they were eating up some clock to them.
100%.
And one of the things I thought is a key to them, they had to take time off the clock, and they did that.
Yes, they did.
Shout out to our nearly 300 people between YouTube and Facebook that are watching our broadcast here from the John Vanderbilt and Nexus Realty broadcast booth.
Let us know where you're from. We're trying to add to the geographical location. The fullback trap there, Tamarian Stewart. Pick up about 3. We'll make it 4. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 for the Sailors.
So try the spin trap the other way from what they did on the first drive.
I don't know, the Sailors don't feel like they're playing a little timid. I mean, it doesn't feel like they've got a lot pressing hard here.
Terps are in motion. Gives him to the fullback, Stewart carrying the ball, and he goes literally nowhere. He's going to gain 1.
You know, I think the word that I would use is there's not a lot of energy on the field tonight.
Energy is, yeah, I meant not timid.
No, I know.
You know what I'm picking up
yes,
on.
Yes, yes. There isn't. I mean, the sideline, it is. There is not much energy right now.
It's almost like, yeah, this is a game we've got to play kind of a thing. It's not full speed.
Yeah, and then look at over on the visitor side. There's a handful of people over there, too. I mean, it's you know, we talk about a lot of time when Union comes over and brings a handful. It's tough for these kids. Terps are in motion. Pittman rolling out to his right. He's got Terps just wide open. He's going to catch up. Boy, that's second time Terps take. I tell you what, you got to give the Wolves some credit. They stick out there a little bit. So it's first down for the Sailors. Ball is going to be marked at the 26-yard line.
Jonathan's completing 65% of his passes this year.
Wow, that's pretty good. 2-by-2 look for the Sailors. Fullback now relocates right behind Stewart, right behind Pittman. Stewart's the second leading rusher, or is Pittman?
Pittman.
Pittman is, yeah. Pittman, yeah. Oh, there's a little rush. Oh, well, a nice tackle by number 21 right there. Petaway, Cage on the reception and run, but Petaway with a nice tackle. Boy, if he doesn't get that, I think Cage is still running.
He'd be running.
Yes,
he'd definitely be running.
See, Steve and I are almost the same thing sometimes. You notice that? He knows how to follow the lead. It's good.
It's good to know.
Good to know. On a need-to-know basis. We're going to come to the end of the first quarter of action here at Sailor Stadium. It's homecoming. Homecoming number 61. At the end of 1, your Sailors are up 7-0.
Carmichael Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and operated to best serve you, our friends and neighbors. We are proud to support our local schools, local sports, and community events. We're a vibrant and growing company, financially strong and stable, and we're here to stay.
Like football, financial victories require a sound game plan and a commitment to your success.
For your success, put the Braver team on your sidelines.
Go Shores!
And welcome back, everyone. Second quarter of action. Just getting ready to start here at Sailor Stadium. OK Green Conference action. Everybody's trailing Muskegon. Muskegon undefeated in the conference, followed by Reese Puffer and Mona Shores with 1 loss each. Oh, a correction. Zeeland West and the Chicks are both on. So everybody's following the Zeeland teams in Muskegon. Those teams are undefeated in conference. So second down and 2, balls marked at the 34-yard line. Cage with the ball.
Good block.
Nice block. He's around the corner. He loses 1 tackle, runs out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. No, they're going to mark it at the 45.
I got a couple scores here, Nick. Muskegon's up 21-7 over Zeeland East. Spring Lake's up 14-6 over Allendale. North Muskegon's up 7-0 over Montague. Caledonia's up 7-0 over Hudsonville.
Okay, so my picks are looking good. Yeah, they're looking real good so far.
Want to remind everybody we'll be staying here during halftime to cover the band as well. So those band fans, especially during homecoming, you will have your plentiful amount of band here momentarily.
Nice pitch, nice look.
Oh, and the flag.
Cage, the ball carrier on the option look by Pittman.
It's not a lack of flags in the game tonight.
No.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Hey, Nick, we have a special interview during halftime today.
We do?
Yeah. One you forgot about. You'll have to wait here. We do. We have a special interview at halftime.
Who arranged this interview?
You did.
No, I didn't.
You most certainly did.
Oh, wait a minute now.
If
Hold
you
on.
guys could see the wheels turning in that brain
God
right now.
almighty, hang on.
This person contacted me earlier today and wanted to make sure that it was still on, and I said absolutely. Do a quick interview during halftime.
Okay, then. Let me think who it is. Twins to the top.
See how prepared he is for this.
Yeah, I guess so. Terps are in motion.
He's got him
going
deep.
back. He's got a
him.
receiver downfield. Jager on the reception is going to be tackling about the 11. At the 11, no, we're going to make it the 11-yard line. Pittman, the
nice throw by Jonathan.
40-yard reception.
Nice throw.
Jager Johnson. I tell you, having Matt back here has just been a joy. The hearing aids are working. The glasses are on. I'm all set. Twins to the bottom here.
Life is good, right?
Life is good. Baker trotting off. Didn't need that 12th man out there.
11:21 ticking down.
Pittman back. There's a nice little pass.
Careful. Did he get his foot in?
Did he get it in? Touchdown.
Touchdown.
He did. He got the right foot. Right. We got a replay, Joe?
We do. We got both angles, and I believe that Caden has a great angle down there as well.
Oh, that right foot.
Let's take a look at Caden's angle here.
Cade, nice job, buddy. Oh, this is the look right here. Oh,
he did.
Great look.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. That's an incredible
There
look.
must be something about that part of the end zone where the catches are being made this
I
year.
know it.
That is
The
great
Mesquite-
camera work, you guys.
Yeah.
And the two-point conversion is good. On to Baker. Okay, we were excited. We forgot about the two-point conversion play, Joe. That's okay. Coach Brott, your son just got a great view. Nice job, buddy. Boy, you're a new member of Sailor Nation Sports just for that coverage right there.
That
Yeah.
was great. It was phenomenal. So the Sailors up 15-0, 11-17, left second quarter of play. Homecoming here at Mona Shores.
So why go for the 2, Steve, versus just the traditional 1? Are we looking at running clock RCM here already?
I don't know.
Get you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to get there.
Yeah. Who's Zeeland East playing up 32-0? Is that Union? High end over and kick. It's taken into the 15. Down to about the 25, and he's going to be marked right at the 25-yard line.
Hall Brown
on the tackle.
But that was going back to the 2-point. That was the swinging gate, right?
Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they
it's just
didn't
a
cover.
so it's just
right. It's just one of the options out of the gate. All right. So the Wolves are going to get it 1st and 10. Ball's at the 25 on the sunset side of Sailor Stadium. We got 11-12 counting down here until halftime. Sailors up by 15. 4-2-5 look.
Ooh. He
Boy,
is
that's
a load.
big boy right there. Baker, Solomon Robertson, and James Starr all in on the tackle.
James felt Turbine on that hit.
That is a big boy. That is a big boy.
Yeah, Wyoming doesn't list
Their
height or
weight
weight,
and size.
but we'll just tell you he's big.
He's a big boy. He's pushing a couple hundred.
He's got to be what? Good 6'2"?
Oh, I'd say all of that.
More.
Yeah, 2+. Slant, that's going nowhere. Over the heads of everybody.
So, Steve, what do you think about our Core Realty Trivia Challenge?
Yeah, let's get to that when we
Johnson
get a chance.
to Toscano.
We'll let this next play go through. Hey.
10:26 counting down here till halftime. Sailors up 15-0. Wolves with the ball heading north. Trips right, split to the left fullback, offset to the left of the quarterback.
And he's
and we got flags everywhere.
And did they
and
fall?
Looking at the at the Wyoming coach on that far side over there at the 25-yard line right now, he knows what it is.
So Wyoming false keyed, meaning they
Yep.
pulled two linemen to the left but gave the ball to the right. So I think that also.
Yeah, he was upset over there on the sidelines.
Brown with the tackle. Officials confirming there at the 33-yard line.
Is there 2 fouls, perhaps?
I think so.
All right, holding.
Oh, same one.
Boy, if penalties are just killing Wyoming right now.
Man, I just think back to that shot that Cade was able to get down there in the side.
That was an awesome
shot.
Trips left, split to the right.
And it looks like a timeout. I want to go back to that again. I would just want to play it one more time because it's just that pretty. This is the touchdown pass earlier. Oh, I'm sorry. Not that one. Should probably go with the right one.
Can you do it again, Joe?
Yep. It's coming up here.
And then do it in slow-mo. That was really cool. Here it is. God.
That's sweet.
That is
seriously.
sweet play.
Right in front of Eric Sturr from local sports journal, too.
Yep.
Now that's Telly Award right there, just right there. I'm trying to.
I would think so.
I would think. I mean, look at the coverage. I mean, this is young man. This is his first year with us.
Well, this is his first time running solo down there.
Yeah, he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Coach Brott know. Make sure his dad watches our broadcast too. All right. So we had a timeout. It is third and eternity. It's 3rd and 12. Ball's marked at the 23. We got 10:04 remaining. You got to throw it here.
You would think so, but they haven't been.
28's
not
very
accurate.
accurate.
Have you?
Yeah, no.
No, they haven't been very successful on pass. We're going to see. We got a 2-by-2 look, fullback offset. We got motion to the right. Quarterback back to pass. Baker's coming in. Oh, he's a step back. Oh!
Almost got the incomplete. Or,
That is
interception.
incomplete now.
Star almost got that.
Yeah. Baker on the rush, almost nailing the quarterback from his blind side. So it's going to be in a punting situation. The Wolves are going to have to punt, and I tell you, those penalties have literally been drive killers for the Wolves so far this year, the last 3 drives.
You take away those penalties, and they've at least have some respectable plays and potential drives.
Yep. Richardson and Terps are deep. See, I'd spread them out a little bit more. They're awfully tight. This kid has got a foot. Oh, he's going to shank this one, though. Boy, if Terps hustles over there, he might be able to pick it up. No, he's not. No,
that was way too
he
dangerous.
thought, but he pulled up. Good move on Terp's part. So the Wolves are going to down it at the 44-yard line, but it's in Wolves territory. 1st and 10 for the Sailors. Muskegon now 28-7. Zeeland over Holland 46-0. RP up 26-0. Who's RP playing? Union? Is that Union, Steve?
Yeah, they're playing Union.
Oh, Union? Okay.
So Matt Robertson just pointed out something. Their punter is Terveen.
Oh.
28. That's pretty impressive. He can do a lot on the field. He's pretty athletic.
Yeah. Pittman back to pass. Johnson. Touchdown. Motor Shores.
Yeah, let's take a look on the Lake
Pittman
Michigan
and Johnson.
Insurance.
Nice
We've got
combo.
Both shots here as well. Cohen doing fantastic on the camera work as well from up top. Let's take a look at Caden's sideline.
45 yards. Okay, nice job, buddy. Look at you.
Oh, man, this is just beautiful.
God, this is a great job, buddy. You're not going anywhere for the next 3 to 4 years.
Both of these guys are doing fantastic tonight. Kimmin, if you happen to be watching, and I know Kimmin's brother was on there too, these guys are doing you proud. That's
yes, they are.
certain.
Heir appearance to the best in the business, wishing you a speedy recovery. The left footer, the south foot, is up and through the post.
You want to do the trivia, Joe?
Yeah, let's do the trivia. I think that'd be fantastic.
Sailors go up 22-0. There's 9:40 until halftime. All right, I'm ready for it. Go ahead.
All right. In the state of Michigan, you might have a shot at this, Nick.
Oh, I might.
In the state of Michigan, there are only 3 coaches that have 400 or more career wins. In the state of Michigan football history, there is 1 active coach, 2 retired. 3 coaches have 400 or more career wins. Name them.
Is this limited to football?
Football coaches, yes.
You got that written down? You thinking about it, Nick? Boy, there's a little bit of a haze of smoke in here now.
He's not even hearing us talk. He's writing down so fast.
Gosh, man.
Yes, that's him whispering, reading to you all right now.
Nick is checked out. It'll be Steve and I on the broadcast.
Andrew Baker all set to kick off. This is just brutal tonight. In one ear, out the other ear. Steve just sends it back from left to right. Joe goes from right to left. Oh, dear Lord. Baker with the night. Ooh, Baker got a little foot on that one, didn't he? Cross the 10 to the 15, 20.
Oh,
down to the 25, and he's going to be tackled at about the 27-yard line. I got this already. Edwards with the return. So 3 coaches with over 300 wins, you said?
400 or more wins.
400 wins. Carefell with the tackle.
Well, you're really thinking about this.
I am.
You think you got this?
No, I don't, because you said 1 is
1 active.
2 retired.
2 retired, 1 active.
Yeah.
No, I don't have it then. So this guy's out right here.
3. There's 3 with
Yeah.
400 or more.
But 1's active still.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Ooh, nice defense. Whoa! Ooh, that hurt. Who's that?
Is that Taylor?
Yeah, Jamari Taylor. Yeah, Taylor on the tackle. Not only is Taylor on the tackle, but he got all of that weight on him, too.
Yeah, he did.
9:15 counting down, second quarter of play here. 22-0.
Pickens with the carry.
You still thinking about it, Nick?
Yeah, I am. I'm trying to think of the active guy.
Joe, we'll just take over, and he'll come back in the third quarter.
No. 8:50 counting down here. Well, no, this is a really good one.
Steve always comes up with great.
Yeah, he does.
Questions.
Wonder when he has time to do all this. It's probably when he's working at Puffer. High little pass. Okay, he's going to gain about 2 on the reception. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. Robertson with the tackle. Solomon getting a little love here tonight on those tackles. Petaway with the catch.
Yeah, and feel free to guess the trivia as well, so we can take a look at who you guys think it might be.
Twins to the top, trips to the top, fullback offset to the left. We're down to 8 minutes even here till halftime. Great halftime show. Make sure you pay attention. The band does an outstanding job.
And the mystery interview.
And the mystery interview, yes.
Mystery interview.
I can't believe I got an interview that I don't know about. Okay, he's going to pick up about 4. Care fell with the tackle, but he's still going to be about 5 yards shy. Petaway with the carry. You got to.
Yes. No,
yes,
they're not,
you
no,
do.
They're punting.
Yeah, they're punting. I guess the saving grace is he's a really good punter.
Mm-hmm.
The bad thing about punting is you give it back to Shores and the defense isn't
Yeah.
very good. So, it's 6 of one, a half dozen of the other. Hey, anything we can do better on Sailor Nation Sports, please let us know. Don't hesitate. Our job is to do the best that we could. Well, there's another nice punt. But it's too bad.
What is he
doing?
Who is
What are they
that right
doing?
there?
Yeah, I don't.
Is that Baker back there?
They
No.
They believe that it went off of one of the Sailor players,
Yeah.
and it did not.
No, it's not bad.
So the Sailors take over with 6:56 left, second quarter of play.
I had someone text me they thought one of the people was Ralph Munger.
That's a good
of
guess.
Rockford, now at Newaygo, I believe.
That's a good guess.
Yep, that is a good guess. Oh, boy, that you could hear it.
Ah, boy. Oh, boy.
Like a little nitro in the
Yeah,
tank.
that's
Stewart
right.
on the carry.
Seward picking up 6.
Oh, I got to bring the booth camera back. That's what I need, Steve. We definitely need a booth camera.
I mean, the audience is living with Nick tonight because they're feeling his emotion.
Oh, yeah.
Someone said something, and then he's like, I got to write it down.
Got to write it down. Oh, my goodness. I got to get rid of these right.
See someone guessed Dave Taylor as well.
Yep, I did see that.
No, they didn't. I don't think Dave was a head coach long enough to get to that many wins. Tamarion Stewart being the freight train that he is here in this drive right here. Boy, it'd be nice to see Tamarion just like at a fullback trap just go the distance.
He's been running really well tonight.
Yes, he has. I mean, he ran really well as a freshman.
6 minutes left here, second quarter.
Yeah, that offensive line doing a nice job, though.
Be another timeout.
So the Wolves are going to take a timeout. Is this their last one?
Yep.
It's their final one of here of the first half. We're going to take it with them. 5:55 counting down here until halftime. The Sailors comfortably up 22-0.
Blended Furniture Market is all about finding the blend of styles that fit your home. Run fast on the field and then pop over to Blended Furniture Market for us to help you create the place you want to relax after the big game. Have fun. Go Sailors!
At Shores, we value integrity, doing the right thing when no one's watching.
At Mettendorf Real Estate, we do the right thing because it's the right thing.
Shores football values accountability, doing the right thing for your teammates every play.
At Mettendorf Real Estate, we do what our clients expect us to do every time.
When I played football at Shores, one thing we were was hard working.
At Mettendorf Real Estate, we're go-getters. We believe in long hours and hard work.
It's second quarter, counting down, 5:55 remaining. Pittman rolling out to the right. He's got a receiver down the middle, is wide open.
Baker.
Get
in, Andrew.
10, 5, touchdown, Andrew Baker, touchdown, Mona Shores.
Take a
55-yard
look
touchdown
on the Lake
reception.
Michigan Insurance instant replay here. Pittman with a beautiful throw. Honestly,
Look at
that
Baker breaks one tackle.
Holding it together on that.
Look at that
Absolutely.
big horse run a little bit. That stallion can get out of the stall and
Caden
run.
with another
we have a
beautiful-
flag here too, I think.
Oh no.
It's on them.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
on them.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there, but
maybe
a little bit after Andrew kind of got by everyone, it was happened closer to like the 10,
Swinging
15
gate
yard
going
line.
from left to right. Swinging on over. PAT attempt. Careful. The left footer. The south foot. The kick. It's up. It is. Boy, their line drives too. It is good. So with 5:45 counting down here in the second quarter, Sailors up by 29. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, but come on back, please.
When you're smiling, when you're smiling.
This is Horizon Dental, and we are committed to supporting our community.
We're also committed to helping you find your best smile.
Go Sailors!
And the world will smile.
I like my steak well done, taters fried, football games on Monday night. It's just who I am, a meat and potato man.
All right, we're back, everybody. Hey, keep going with those guys. Hey, I'm not in this mix right here. I only had 150 wins in 25 years. I just thought I'd throw that out there. It's a nice kick. Baker is going to take it at 10, 15, crosses the 20, 25. Ooh, nice stick right there.
so one more time. Here's our Core Realty.
Cage with the tackle.
In the state of Michigan, football high school history, there are only 3 coaches that have 400 or more career wins. Name them.
You need to stare at that screen for just a little bit longer, Nick,
No,
to let it
he
sink
can't
in.
hear you. He's writing right now.
400 wins. It's Harrington's got to be one of them. God,
we'll
he
find
was
out in
at
the third.
Farmington Hills Harrison since the school was laid its first brick. And then he was forced into retirement because he shut it down.
Ted Carnitz is throwing out some. I got a text message from him directly.
Hi, Ted. How you doing, buddy?
He said Herb Brogan at Lumen Christi.
Ooh, good call there.
So that was one of his guesses.
Oh, that's a good one.
We'll see.
Yeah. Hey, Ted, good call on that one. That guy's been there forever. Oh, we got a little flag there. We got some motion here, don't we? The Wolves getting a jump start here. Mendez, number 6 there. Got just a little early jump here. This is the kind of game where you want to get the running clock, get your starters out, and play a lot of other kids. This week, last week, next week, I think the same thing. We're going to be on the road next week, Joe.
We are indeed to historic Houseman Field.
Historic Houseman Field. I love broadcasting from Houseman. Rosenthal on the tackle. Boy, nice to see Rosenthal back. So help from Big Luke Emmons being recruited heavily by Central Michigan University. Andrew Baker and the family. They're going to be heading to Kalamazoo to Western Michigan University for a recruitment visit tomorrow.
Yep.
I got to give my mother a shout out. My mom is watching. She
Of
hasn't watched in a while. So
No, we haven't heard Mom's name mentioned in a while, Joe. Any other family members you want to mention, Joe? Quarterback's going to keep the ball. Oh, is he just hog-tied? Getting back to the original line of scrimmage. Baker on the tackle. Okay, we got to get Andrew to pad that. He needs to get a boatload of tackles right here because Andrew is 4th right there behind Jones, Cook, and Bolduc. Ludington, Mesquite Catholic Central, and Reese Puffer.
4:25 counting down here, second quarter of play, 29-0. Sailors are up. Those interested in the answer to the Core Realty Trivia Challenge, you'll get that answer in the third quarter. Once again, make sure to stay tuned for the band and Nick's surprise interview.
Nope. Ooh, nice catch up by that big stallion right there. Tackled by that right side of the defense, led by Baker, Carefell, Emmons.
Tell you what, when Baker and Terveen meet, that's a big hit right there, boy.
Yeah, that's 2 Brahma Bulls hitting each other right there, Stevie. Steve, how are the kids at school? What's going on? Steve, this is breaking news right here. Rumor has it.
Whoa.
Steve.
Yeah?
Steve, just listen here a minute, okay? You told me you are not tailgating this weekend.
Well,
What's going on?
Michigan's away and Michigan State's away, so.
So why don't we do this? Here, Joe and I were talking about this while you were gone. Okay, I'll get it within a minute. There's a punt. This might be returnable. Oh, pick it up.
Get it.
Pick it up. That boy, here we go. Let's get on our horse. Nice block. Going to break one. Going to go around that left side.
Well, he gave up 20 yards on roll.
Richardson, though, picking up on that wobbly punt's going to gain about 15 yards. I don't see any flags. So Joe and I were talking about.
So when you say Joe and I were talking, you've come up with this idea.
Well, I came up with the idea. I'm talking to Joe about it. Why don't we have, and you can supply a lot of the stuff too. Why don't we tailgate
Shocking
at the,
right there.
Right. I'll bring some Greek stuff. Why don't we do a tailgate at the boat club tomorrow? Me, you, and Joe. Bring guests, family, friends.
I'll meet you there about noon.
About noon. Okay.
Just for the record, Steve, he's not talked to me about this at all.
McCorvey Hill picking up 15.
Well, that's because Joe, you're coming over to my house
at
noon.
I'm quite busy.
First down, North Shore's ball is going to be marked at the 50-yard line. Trying to get one in with 2:40 counting down. There's flags everywhere.
Flags everywhere.
There's flags everywhere. But it's going to stop the clock. We'll redo it somewhere. Sailors moving back, so they think it's on them. 2 men in motion. That's a no-no. So, Steve, why don't we do a morning tailgate? I'll get there about 8:45. We can watch game day.
That would interrupt your trip to the farmer's market, wouldn't it?
Well, but Steve,
Still
sometimes.
be asleep at that point.
Oh, that's right. You don't even wake up until 11. I forgot about that. You can't do it that early.
Steve, for you, I would give up something. I just want you to know that's the value of our friendship.
As long as you provide everything.
Yes, as long as I don't have to pay for anything.
Well, Pippen's going to be all coming off that right side, that defensive end, putting up a lot of heat.
Get a little credit there, taking a look at the Lake Michigan Insurance Instant Replay here. What happened?
He came like
he just nobody picked him
well,
up.
yeah, no, and the fullback was forced to get the guy on the right. So there's going to be timeout on the field with 2:18 remaining till half. Sailors comfortably up 29-0.
This season, Preferred Auto Dealerships are proud to sponsor Motor Shorts football. We have 5 locations on the lakeshore to serve all your automotive needs. Visit us today. Have a great season and go Sailors. All roads lead to Preferred. Visit us at drivepreferred.com.
All right, so we got a timeout on the field. So second down Second down and forever. Trap. Stewart.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's just.
I don't think that's not Stewart.
No, who is it? McCorvey Hill. Wow.
Take a look at the Lake Michigan Insurance.
Is that the trap? Yeah, a little trap right there.
Oh, just couldn't stay in.
No, just his balance took him out.
Great camera work.
Yeah,
Man,
great camera work, guys.
By both of you guys.
Yep. 2-by-2 look. Fullback offset to the right behind Pittman. No, now he's offset to the right. Ball's marked at the 23-yard line. Pittman with the slant across the middle. Oh, he turned his head. Hall Brown. Johnson, correct on that. Johnson looked before he caught the ball. The kiss of death right there. He had 6.
Every time. Got to catch it first before you turn.
Yes, you do. Brings down a second down and 10. Ball's marked at the 23-yard line. Plenty of time. Sailors have 1 timeout left. 2:05 remaining until half. McCorvey Hill, he's not going anywhere on that. It's going to pick up about 1. It'll be 3rd and 9. A little conservative here, Coach Koziak.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised too. Minute 48. You think he's just trying to run some time?
Yes, he's for sure running the clock. Might see a little veer here. Yep.
It's set up for that, isn't it?
It is. Yep.
Oh,
Pitch, there it goes. Terpster with the ball. Terpster's going to scoot through that little opening just enough for the first down.
Man. What a block by Richardson out there. Holy cow, 13. Right there.
Yeah, good seal block there.
First and goal for the Sailors. Well, I just got a little. My research people came through in a clutch. McCorvey Hill touchdown for the Sailors. They're going to go for 1. We're on RCM mode right here. RCM, baby. You know what that stands for, don't we? Yes, we do, kids. Running clock mode.
RCM.
Careful, 1-up for the kick. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but because I've been getting dogged so much and not knowing stats and this and that and trivia questions, I've had some research people doing some background work for me. I've got the answer to the trivia question.
No good on the extra point.
Thank good for Nick Jr.
No, it's not Nick. It's not a family member. It's a dear family friend.
But that's
okay. It's a dear family friend.
So 105 left. Let's start there.
A very
35-0.
And not only that, but she's a gem. Okay. No, she's not from the motherland, but she is of Mediterranean blood, which is very important. My mother had her for a student at Glenside School.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to push this envelope any farther right now. I'm very confident.
That's fine. You've already told us you don't know the answer. So
no,
you had to go get help
but I
for it.
had some of the answers, Steve. That's not the point. Steve, you always got to be a Debbie Downer with me. All right, here we go. Ball's teed up at the 40-yard line. Boy, there's some scores going up here.
Yeah.
The Ducks are going. Muskegon's rolling. RP's
Hey,
rolling.
Cohen, before they kick this off, look over the visitors' stands at the moon. Check that moon out.
Ooh.
Got a blood red moon coming
Blood
up.
red moon. Well, that's pretty good.
That's
good
pretty
call,
awesome.
Joe.
The credit for scouting that goes to Mr. Matt Robertson.
Oh, there's a nice kick. Taking on the run at the 10. He's across the 20, down to about the 29-yard line. So Sailors defense, number 1 defense, probably coming out for the last series of plays in this game. I would think Coach Check would probably try to get a lot of subs in starting the second half. A lot of football left with the 2 Zealands coming up the last 2 weeks. of the season as we get into the playoffs. And we've got a little playoff fun here to coming toward the end of the game if the playoffs were to start today. Who would we be playing? Where would we be playing?
Interesting, yeah.
Just a little bit of fun.
To give a shout out to Grandpa Robertson, Solomon's grandpa, watching today.
Oh, Grandpa Robertson.
One minute exactly here in the second
Quarterback
quarter.
with the keep. Johnson, the quarterback, met by that interior of the Sailor defense.
Once again, a reminder to everybody, we'll be staying here for the band. And following the band, we will have a special interview lined up by Nick Davros. So, mystery interview. He's going to let us know who it is once they get here.
Yes, yes, he is. Is it? I'm talking to myself. Can't remember who I booked. 2nd down and 8 for the Wolves. Twins to the left.
You know, Nick, you guys all have to know that Nick has been someone that has really wanted to be helpful. You know,
oh, there's that stallion again.
He feels that he doesn't give enough, you know, to Salem Nation, so he does a lot of things, and then sometimes forgets what he
does. We've come to halftime here at Homecoming. Homecoming number 61 here at Sailor Stadium on the beautiful campus of Mona Shores. Cohen, get that blood moon again there, brother. Look at that thing coming up over the sky.
That is beautiful.
On the Sunrise Coast there of Michigan.
That is beautiful.
We're going to be here for the band. We hope that you stay with us. The band is an integral part of Homecoming. It isn't Homecoming without the band. We've got about 15 minutes for you to enjoy this band. I'm going to shut my mouth and everybody enjoy.
We're going to let the band do the talking. So here we go. Take it away. It'll be going here in just a few moments.
Lead to Preferred. Visit us at drivepreferred.com.
Good evening, Sailor Nation, and to all visitors to Sailor Stadium, we welcome you as well. My name's Noah. I'm Isaac. I'm Devontae. And I'm Colin. We are proud to present this year's Sailor Marching Band in our performance of the 2023 Field Show featuring the music of Bill Chase.
Like the four of us, Bill Chase was a trumpet player. Born in the 1930s, he studied at the New England Conservatory and emerged as one of the leading jazz trumpet players of the 1960s and 70s.
Bill Chase played in Stan Kenton's band, Maynard Ferguson's band, and freelanced in Las Vegas before creating a jazz and rock band of his own, Chase. His band features 4 trumpet players and a rhythm section that produced 4 studio albums. Sadly, Bill Chase and 3 of his bandmates were killed in a plane crash on the way to a gig in August of 1974, cutting short their rising careers. Isaac, Demonte, Colin, and I are grateful to be able to pay tribute to their lives and work as trumpet soloists in tonight's performance.
And now we'd like to direct your attention to the center podium. Drum Major Wes Bell, is your band ready? Presenting the 2023 Field Show, Chase, our first selection, Open Up Wide. Please welcome our very own Sailor Marching Band.
Sophomore drum major for the Sailor Marching Band.
My name is Leah, and I'm the junior drum major.
And I'm Wes, the senior drum major.
We'd like to continue our show with the stunning Bill Chase ballad, Handbags and Glad Rags.
Originally written by Michael Diavo in the 1960s, the song was an anthem about getting teens to understand that being trendy is not the way to happiness. And it worked out great!
Anyway, the song also features some great soloists, including Colin and DeMonte, who you met earlier, Luke Carr on synth, and me and Jack McCann on the saxophone.
Our show segues into an exciting closer featuring Dax and Shane on trombone and Noah and Isaac on trumpet. My section, the drumline, is also highlighted with snare, tenor, and bass features. Thank you, Sailor Nation, for being an amazing audience, and a special shout out to our student section for being awesome.
We hope you enjoy our ballad, Handbags and Glad Rags.
and welcome to Homecoming. I'm Jason Boyden, class of 1992.
And I'm Nikki Langlois, class of 1996. And I'm Stephanie Saunders, class of 2004. Tonight, we are honored to be a part of the Sailor Marching Band in 3 amazing ways. We are all a part of the band's instructional team as a director or guard coach. And we all have kids marching in the Sailor Band in the class of 2027. Kylie Saunders in the trumpet section, Jacob Langlois in the trumpet section,
and Goldwyn Boyden in the mellow section. We are also so happy to welcome fellow band alumni to the field to perform 2 very special selections for you tonight.
Since the birth of Mona Shores over 6 decades ago, Anchors Away has been a rallying song for our school and a part of our sailor culture. And the spiritual Joshua has been a band anthem for nearly as many years.
At this time, please warmly welcome back to the field Sailor Band alumni of several decades to perform these 2 selections with our Sailor Marching Band.
Thank you so much, Sailor Nation. I'm Riley Medendorf, and we are grateful for the opportunity to perform here tonight. We are so grateful to our staff and support network for making tonight's performance possible. Drumline instruction is provided by Lucas Farber. Color guard instruction is provided by Nikki Langlois.
We did 4 programs during the season.
Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good halftime break. I tell you what, I try to be humble in my life, but I had a serious senior moment because I completely forgot who my halftime guest was. Thank God for the young blood Joe Kanuka here, because I am honored to that gentleman that had Joe and I and Cohen in his studio, John Van Wyck, a 1967 graduate, the third graduate class of Mona Shores High School. John, my friend, thank you so very, very much.
It's a pleasure. And when I was a freshman, we did not have a senior class at Mona Shores. My sister was in the senior.
No, right.
My sister, we lived in the same household. She went to a different high school than I did.
Where did she go?
She went to Muskegon. She graduated in 1964.
Well, good for her.
When I was a freshman in that marching band, we did not have a senior class.
Yeah.
That's great.
So how does it feel to be? Do you come back to homecoming?
I do, and usually with the alumni band this year we had some timing issues with the alumni band. Didn't do it this year, but we'll be back stronger than ever next year.
Wonderful. We're getting ready for kickoff right here. The Sailors are going to receive the kickoff. It's a little pooch kick. It's going to be taken at about the 22-yard line across the 25 down to the 30. 35, and it's going to be tackled about the 37-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Mona Shores at the 37.
John, one of the things that I recognized out of you had us in our radio station, and we were able to talk about Sailor Nation Sports Network and all this stuff, is that you are a champion of Mona Shores in general, especially the band and everything else. And you're doing a lot of work to try to get the alum of Mona Shores to really give back to this.
Yeah, and we really have. And the organization, just the people that have been in the band. You think of the band as a sport. The band practices every day. They're out there, they practice at least one night a week.
I see them when I'm pulling in, going into football practice, John.
And they practice at home, they practice all over. So it really is a kind of a team sport. It's collaborative learning at its best, as sports are. And literally all the long-time, lifelong friends that I've had have all been during the marching band or the choir.
Yeah.
So your position in the marching band?
That was the second drum lead. Fall of 65 and fall of 66.
Wow.
You were telling us a story. You were able to get uniform, correct?
That's correct.
Tamarian Stewart busting through that line. He's going to pick up about 45 yards all the way down to about the 41-yard line. Boy, we got to get Stewart in the end zone here right now. Say there's up 35-0.
And we're taking a look on Lake Michigan.
37-yard game here.
But once he gets some open field, he is gone.
So you got a lot of the starters still back in there. In fact, they're all back in there. Probably the last series that we will see the starters in there. So we got a 2-by-2 look, fullback right behind. Little spin trap there. Gains about 2 yards on the carry. So second drum lead.
Yes.
What do you think of our little setup?
This is amazing. Amazing. If anybody would have told me this back when we were out here, and we literally called it cow pasture.
Oh, yeah.
And when the wind was coming out of the west, we could smell Bradson's farm. It was right next door. I mean, they had horses, they had cows. So it was a lot of
McCorvey Hill. Well, you were kind enough to bring Joe and I and Cohen in, and I just felt obligated. You like what you're doing. We love what we're doing,
absolutely.
And having an alum, Steve DeLong, over here joining us as well. We wanted to see what we do, and you were willing to try to help us gather some funds because
absolutely.
everything we do is not ours. Is we are giving it back to Mona Shores. It's part of the curriculum here. That was my vision of what we did. Joe's was, bringing Sailor Nation Sports, and Sailor Nation was my vision.
Beautiful pass, slant.
Hitting the Johnson on the slant for the touchdown. 37-yard
Take
for
a look
the
on the
touchdown
Lake
reception.
Michigan Insurance instant replay here.
Instant replay right here.
Nice little slant. Actually, post route.
Skinny post route right there. Pittman, according to Stevie's stats over there, is yet to throw an interception. That's not all bad.
That is a beautiful thing right there.
So this is all the stuff that we do with the money that has been generated by word of mouth and people seeing what we do.
Yeah, everything, John, that you see here is because of donations, the generosity of the viewership, and some, pretty big commercial donations, and the Sailor Classic.
Right.
Everything that you see here,
right,
and the capabilities that we have, and we're still learning. We're still adding a few things here and there. It's just been remarkable what we've been able to do, and it kind of is in that same vein of what you're trying to do with the alumni.
With the alumni, and it's in the process of organizing an alumni relations office.
Fill people in. We had about 350. What's the new term now? Connections.
Connections.
Yeah, we had 350 connections here. So. Fill the people in, and that was our intent. How can we help you?
I guess the division that I had and I have, and a couple other alumni that we've been talking, is getting an alumni relations office together at Mona Shores, unlike any other public school might have, and something that's patterned after a university or college that has an alumni office that keeps in touch with their alumni. Because I feel that there's a lot of people, even in the broadcast field, that have graduated from this institution and have gone on, and yet they're giving lots of money to their colleges and universities. But
you got to give it back to the base where you started from.
But there hasn't been a base. And I always say, can you name all of the teachers you had from kindergarten through 12th grade? And most people can name a majority of those. And then they say, how many instructors could you name at the college level? You go, no, I got a couple. I got a head of bands at Eastern Michigan, I know.
Right.
But other than that, I couldn't tell you who my teachers were.
I have one college educator that I can remember. He was my public speaking teacher. He was just terrible. He was the worst instructor. He's sitting next to me on my left.
It's funny. Most of my elementary, my junior high school, some high school, couple of my college, but for my masters and stuff like that.
You remember that?
Throw out a name. That sounds good.
Yeah, but
you're absolutely right.
I can name you every teacher that I had at Lincoln Elementary through Lincoln Junior High School.
I can name mine at Bluffton Elementary.
Again, and all the way, pretty much all the instructors I had here at Mona Shores. So I don't think it's anybody that I can't remember. Even who were the coaches and who were
all my coaches I remember.
And right. even the coaches I didn't personally have.
Right.
I mean, the Don Mosleys and the Jerry Fitzpatricks.
Yeah, God, Jerry Fitzpatrick.
Those guys. Jerry Fitzpatrick was on my paper route.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so how can we help
with another
you?
Tackle,
what
bring
can
up third
we
down.
do each telecast to try to help you out?
Well, we're formulating the plan for this, but the most important thing is to keep in touch with your class out there. If Facebook, every class now has at least a Facebook site. And getting ready for them, usually they fire them up when they're getting ready to do a class reunion, but they don't continually do that. And so right now we're saying keep in touch, and if you know people that aren't on their Facebook site, put them back in contact. So we're going to have a database to go to start with on this whole thing, to start building up that alumni relations. And again, the whole theory about alumni relations is to keep in touch with your alumni, and those people that are writing checks to their universities. Maybe they ought to be writing checks to here first.
That'd be a great way to
as a Norton Shores resident,
sure.
We all pay taxes in Norton Shores, and there's always millages and things that we have to do to support the schools, and we do that with pride. And obviously, this is a lot here, but how often do the foundations pay for things? I mean, you guys are doing really well what you're doing with the Sailor Nation Sports Network here, but it's not a regular ask. I mean, you got to go sell advertising, you got to do those kinds of things.
Correct.
Punt goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line where the Sailors will take over with a 42-0 lead. 6:33 and a running clock here in the third quarter.
The old proverbial RMC, baby.
Yes, the old running clock. I think we used to call it, they call that a mercy rule.
Mercy rule, that's exactly. Hey, do most high schools or school districts have an alumni relations office?
They do not. Public schools do not.
The public schools do not?
Do not. And, and it's probably because the taxpayers supported. I really don't know what the reason is for it. We do have a great educational
Well, it's not a good enough one in my eyes.
But, one of the things we're starting to look at is that we've got a great education foundation here.
Gentlemen, I want to point out that we have a new quarterback here. We have Terpstra back there, second string, and Robertson in the backfield. Oh, McCovey Hill in the backfield. So
keep going.
But anyway, we have a great educational foundation. But what we're also looking at is the band has a fund, the choir has a fund, the football team is raising money. They have booster clubs.
Right, everybody's raising money.
And so, but they're doing it on their own to their limited audience, basically.
Correct.
And saying how often do they tap into their alumni? They're usually tapping the parents of the players or the students.
Correct. Right.
And so they're not going back into that alumni base and saying how many former football players do we have that are now doctors, lawyers out there, and heads of business. And we find
how many band members are doing whatever they're doing. How many of this? How many of that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you, John, it's amazing to see what you are doing behind the scenes to try to get a lot of this stuff going on. And I'd like to, each year, maybe homecoming is a great opportunity to have you on here to talk about progress.
It could very well be.
Yeah,
it could very well be.
I think that would be fantastic.
Also, one of my classmates that we sang in the a cappella choir here at Mona Shores went on to be working for the Muskegon Community Foundation. Then she became the head of the Council of Michigan Foundations and ended up at Grand Valley and working and developing their Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science program in philanthropy. She wrote the program, and she graduated from here the same year I did.
Wonderful.
And so, she's willing to talk about it, and she knows all of the ways to raise funds for foundations.
Well, maybe we could all meet together at one point.
And that'd be a good idea.
To collaborate. So, you spread the word via your radio. We spread the word via Sailor Nation Sports. She does it her way. Sometimes, too many cooks in the kitchen, spoil the soup. Well, in this case, I think you need to have more in order to spread the word.
Well, we're up to every year having 11 five-year reunions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, the classes this year are the class of what coming up next year is 74 and 70 or 69. Those classes. So every 5 years, that group of people comes together. So if we get a good presentation for something at a class reunion.
It got in a year and a half. I'm going to have my 50th at Muskegon.
Gentlemen, we're at after a 50-yard punt by the Sailors. The Wolves are taking over on the 20-yard line with 3 minutes and 10 seconds ticking down on a running clock in third quarter. So,
Joe, you're doing a great job on this play-by-play.
Well, I'm trying.
Look at you,
You're doing a heck of a job doing the interview.
I'm trying to get money here from Mona Shores. Got this Big Red who's trying to get money from Mona. Can you believe that a Big Red is trying to help Mona Shores? I mean, this is
everybody makes it
falling off the pedestal. Dear Lord, give me strength.
John, we want to thank you very much for taking a few moments to come up here and talk.
Well,
with us.
It's my pleasure being with you guys. I would love you guys. You're welcome back on the radio any
well,
morning.
We may come back over
I'll give a little plug.
Again.
I mean, I do a program on WKBZ, News Talk 1090, WKBZ.
Yes, just to say we talk about that.
It's on from 8 to 9, Monday through Friday, and then replayed on iHeartRadio at 10 o'clock each one of those nights.
And you guys cover a lot of great topics and stuff within
that.
Well,
we're what used to be the Muskegon Chronicle, and used to say the local news section. We're the local news
there you
section.
go.
WKBZ. I mean, that goes back when transistor radio was when I used to listen to it.
Actually, I'm working on the history of radio in Muskegon right now, where there'll be an exhibit opening at the Muskegon Lakeshore Museum Center in the spring of 2025.
God, I used to listen to the Tigers every night, buddy. You and I are in the same era. Well, my friend, thank you as always. Listen, keep in touch with us.
We will. I will.
Let's work together to see if we can come up with something first in Muskegon County.
Well, this may be first in the state when we create this.
Well, why don't we? If somebody's got to be first. It might as well be us.
It might as well be Shores.
It might as well be Shores. You
betcha. Thanks,
John.
guys.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it very much. We'll have you back on again for sure.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
Take care. Thank you, Mr. John Van Wyck, former alum of Mona Shores, 1967.
Yeah,
and,
third class.
Yeah, News Talk 1090 radio host. Yep. Thank you. Take care, my friend. He's a great
oh my
person to have
God,
on.
great guy! And nearly intercepted right there. We're going to bring Stevie Stats back in with it. We gave Steve an extended break because he just does an incredible job, and I just felt
1:02 left, third quarter, still ticking down, running clock, 42-0. It'll be a first down for the Wolves.
Okay, so Stevie, jump aboard here. What do we need to get you caught up to speed right here? The trivia question, something. For some reason, because I've got answers, Steve. Okay, I've got answers. I want to just get it right. Welcome back, Steve. We loved you and we missed you. Can't wait.
Do you remember how you got those answers?
It's private need to know basis, Steve. It's private need to know. I've got peeps all over the place.
Bouncing back and forth.
I've got people that know people that know people.
David Brown for the tackle.
Brown with the tackle. We got a boatload of people here that are in new. Gain of 7. It's going to bring down a second, and we'll make it a long 3.
So while we're ticking down, 5 seconds left, we'll just stay right here as we get ready to go into the fourth quarter. But we're going to show the question one more time for Nick to ponder and, create some more smoke coming out of his ears as the
In the state of Michigan high school football history, there are only 3 coaches that have 400 or more career wins. Name them.
Okay, so Steve said 2 are retired, 1 is current.
And the current one just won his 400th game last week.
Okay, so I'm going with Al Percasa, Brother Rice, retired. John Harrington, Farmington Hills Harrison.
Which you had those 2. You just didn't have the third one. But
I'm going to go with John Shillito at Zeeland West. That's what I'm going with, Steve. And that was on my own, all alone.
You're right on 2 of them. Herb Brogan of Jackson Lumen Christi got his 400th win last week.
That was Ted's answer, Ted Karnitz.
But
yes, it was.
But the next closest active coach is John Shillito.
I
think it's 336 or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank Penny Krebs, my dear friend, whose brother, Dave and I played football and basketball at Muskegon, was an assistant coach at Jackson Lumen Christi, and she shared that with me right here. It said, Herb Brogan joined the 400 Club last week with the win over Dearborn Divine Child. Harrington, who coached Farmington Hills Harrison from 1970 to 2018, has 443 wins, while Fracassa career wins at Royal Oak Shrine and Brother Rice tallied 430 from 1960 to 2013.
Did she just copy and paste that into your text message? Yes.
Okay,
it's from the article.
Yes.
Yeah. And Dave's son, Penny's nephew, Tony Panici, is a defensive back coach at Lumen Christi, and she was reading about this. So I've got people that keep me informed.
Yes.
Okay, and very exclusive clientele of people.
Handoff, boy, big third down.
Yeah, and Penny wanted to know, are we going to do breakfast soon? Yes, we are, Penny. And Penny's son, Clyde, not Clyde, that's her husband, Corey, is out in Vegas. So when we go out to Vegas sometime, I've got connections in Vegas where we can stay at.
Good
to know. Okay.
Yep. So we've got a lot of opportunity to bring you some names that you don't necessarily hear each week here on the football field as we're playing some of the next level players right now on defense. Gave up a big run there, keeping the Wolves in this hunt for the first points of the game.
1st and 10, ball's going to be marked and about the 47-yard line. Ooh, there's a nice little stick right there over on that far side.
Ford Mulder on the tackle.
We talk every time that we get a game like this where we can put the second string in, how important it is for these players to get some real game speed, game time, game activity. And it couldn't be more advantage right now to get that right here.
Well, not only that, but these kids that are in on offense and defense are usually a lot of scout team players that just get beat up all the time. This is their time to shine.
Sure.
Because without their help during practice, none of this is happening out there.
And remember, your depth going into playoffs, a lot of times it requires having people that can step up.
Next man up.
This is how you get that exercise. You get that activity to be able to develop that game speed for when you're needed.
Cage on the tackle.
1st and 10. Ball's going to be marked at the 20. We'll make it 27-yard line.
We mentioned Cage's name quite a bit tonight. Mostly on offense earlier, but. So another first down for the Wolves.
2-by-2 look for the Wolves. Fullback offset to the right. Missed the handoff right there. And he's going to gain about 1. Looking at the pitch on that far east side. No, they're going to give him 3. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. And it's a deep penetration for the Wolves that they've had since this game has started. They had 1 in the first quarter. They got down to about the 45, but a multitude of penalties knocked them back a good 25 to 30 yards deep back into their own territory. That really stalled the drive in itself.
8:28 left with the running clock in the fourth quarter.
That RCM, God, just got to love it. So, boys, where are we next week?
Union,
the
historic Houseman Field.
Historic Houseman Field.
I actually like broadcasting from there.
I do too.
It's a nice field to broadcast.
Oh, it's great.
Press box works out well for us and everything else. I'm looking forward to that.
They have good grub there for us.
Hoping that Kimmin is going to be able to be back with us, and that would give Cohen the opportunity at a little more board time, some more microphone time. So. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to having Kimmin back and hopefully healthy after his surgery.
Want to wish him a speedy recovery. But you know what I'm looking forward to tomorrow, though, don't you?
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Is the tailgate at Steve's house?
Well, no, we're going to move it to the boat club, Steve said. He'd like to have that more panoramic.
Wow, what a cutback. Holy
look.
smokes. It looks like he's going to have enough for the first down there.
So, Steve, what I thought I'd bring is I'll bring some gyros. I'll bring some spanakopita and some baklava. And then to wash it down, a little ouzo. You'll love the ouzo.
That means you're going to have to spend money and cook both, Nick.
Steve, I got this. Oh, Steve. Let's not downplay this wonderful, joyful thing here, okay? I'll probably bring Matt Robertson with me, too, just because I love him. 7:05, counting down. Twins to the top. Option look. Quarterback's going to keep the ball. He's inside the 10, going down to about the 9-yard line.
You might as well invite Penny, too, while you're at it. You can just take care of that breakfast, and then you don't have to pay for it.
Wow.
No. Penny, I will call Terry Clark, some of the usuals from the Breakfast Club every Friday. That's when places opened at 6.
Mosier on the tackle.
Yes.
Sailors looking to try and keep this Wolves offense out of the end zone.
Yeah, boy, I think,
going.
Good point, Joe. I think Coach Check would love to have a shutout, especially with this group in here right now. The Wolves will not be in our conference next year. They are moving to the OK White. And if you think that's going to get any easier there, it's not going to be any easier either. Each of the conferences are really going to be tough. Next year, everybody's being reorganized, recategorized, and we got some traveling next year, boys.
Yeah, we certainly will. We've had the pleasure of a lot of
close ones. Yeah,
great home.
you
got games.
You got Lowell, you got Greenville,
Cedar Springs.
Yeah, good quality school.
Oh, he kept it though.
Oh, he kept it.
He's going to get the first down too.
Boy, I wish Steve had his light here that would share with me, but obviously he doesn't like to share it. So I'll just look up here. Joe Kanukin's getting a little love over here now.
Dan Vandermeid is mentioning the public safety open house that we do every year is going to be tomorrow morning, 10 to 3. Anybody out there interested in coming out to our fire station on Honolulu? No, there's no breakfast. What is it with you and do they serve food?
Well,
everything.
Wait a minute. Breakfast at the fire station. Lunch with Stevie Stats, and I'll spring for dinner.
You just won't have to pay for any food all day.
No, I won't. What are we serving? Hot cakes.
Oh, he thinks he's so funny. Wow. Oh man.
Flay broiled burgers.
Do you know we're still on the air now?
Yes,
I know that. Okay.
So second down, Sailors still holding on first down, sir.
Did you guys get a nice turnout, though, for this,
Joe?
We
always have. And
nice.
They're going to get in for a touchdown.
They're going to get in there. We're still in RCM, though.
Take a look at the Lake Michigan Insurance Instant Replay. Wolves get on the board.
Well, I've been my replacement in 2 weeks already. We had a signing ceremony in the coach's booth over there.
Ceremony.
Yeah. In fact, this is the pen that he used right here.
We're going to put that in a case, are
Yeah,
you?
well, he's going to get it. He's going to get this pen right here, Matt Robertson.
The good news is you're going to tell him, but you're going to forget who it is anyway, just like our halftime guest.
Hey, what I want to know is, are you going to let Matt make your picks?
Oh, did not think about that. We'll be in discussion next week about making my picks because right now I'm in last place. Okay, and right.
And
so flip of the coin.
If Matt actually picks better than you,
well, he might be my dark. Yeah, he might be my ringer.
Is he the winner, and you're still even further down in the losing column?
Okay, Joe, why are you thinking so hard about this?
I just want to see how this plays out.
Yeah, this is true. Well, we'll have to ask Stevie Stats.
Well, let me give you some scores here.
Okay, give us some scores.
North Muskegon 21-0 over Montague. Caledonia 24-0 over Hudsonville.
Wow.
At half, it was 35-7 Muskegon. I think it's worse than that now. Forest Hill Central, that was a big game too. 20-0 over East Grand Rapids in the fourth quarter. Forest Hills Northern Greenville tied 17-17 in the third quarter. East Kentwood 24-17 over Jenison. Reese Puffer in the fourth quarter 48-7 over Union. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have another one. 28-6 Schoolcraft over Muskegon Catholic.
Wow.
Catholic's going to struggle. They may not make the playoffs this year. This would be their third loss this year.
In Whitehall 48-7 over Oak Ridge.
Yeah.
So
Whitehall's good.
So far, the two of the three, obviously the high school ones that we picked were. Caledonia's a complete team. I know Hudsonville's very good, but man, I just think that Caledonia, they were good enough that I thought that they were going to give Rockford a little bit harder
Well,
time.
I did too, because Freddie Townsend, the AD, was telling me he thinks they're better than last year. Well, okay, if he thinks they're better than last year, how really good is Rockford?
Yeah.
Good.
No kidding.
Yeah, I agree, Steve. And Caledonia is number 2 in Division 2, with De La Salle number 1 in Division 2. I tell you what, Division 2 is going to be brutal. 1 and 2 will be brutal this year.
Always. Yep.
Yeah. King is struggling. They've got 1 win and 4 losses so far this year.
And it doesn't matter as long, and I assume Reese Puffer's going to win enough to get in the playoffs. It doesn't matter. It's going to be us in the same district, Mona Shores, Muskegon, and Reese Puffer. The only question is who's going to be that other team that comes in, and then what teams are playing what teams. But
right.
I mean, I don't think Mona Shores and Muskegon will play one another. So Mona Shores is either going to play Puffer or that other team.
Right, right, exactly.
And right now, what did you say, Nick? That fourth team.
who is? Yeah,
Was it Forest Hills? Was it Forest Hills?
Yeah,
Northern?
it's one of the Forest Hills.
Northern, I think.
Terveen with the kick.
Forest Hills Northern. If the playoffs were to happen today, Muskegon.
Antonio Lewis on the.
Muskegon would host Forest Hills Northern. Shores would host Reese Puffer. So, yeah.
4:46 left in the game.
The thing, too, Steve and Joe, is, boy, playing at home is going to be huge. Who wants to go to Hackley Stadium?
Yeah.
You know, do you really want to have to go to Reese Puffer and play when, boy, there's no place like home? And especially you got turf. Reese Puffer is the only high school in the area now in our conference with no turf.
And with their running back, Brody Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I know. You want, yeah.
Ball handoff up the middle for about
Sims
3
at quarterback
yards.
for Mona Shores.
Oh, the JV kid. That's our boy. He's a good kid. He's a transfer from Portage Northern. Good-looking kid. Works hard.
Inside of 4 minutes now left, running clock. 42-7.
Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, if you could go RCM for me, please. That's
RCM, running clock mode.
Yeah, I mean,
we are in running clock mode, RCM.
RCM. Okay, Joe. Let's try to keep up with technology here, Joe. Okay, RCM here. We got twins at the top and bottom. Fullback right behind the quarterback. We got motion from right to left. Little tosser on that left side. Breaks one tackle. Flies out of bounds, though. Ball's going to be being marked at the 43-yard line.
Bishop Davis on the carry.
Bishop Davis, another JV'er.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Antonio Lewis, he is also a soccer player, is he not?
Oh, good question.
I think he might be a soccer player.
Is he?
And Cohen is giving me the yes signal.
Oh, the yes signal.
He gave me the yes signal.
Yeah,
so.
versus the earthquake shaking the top of the crow's nest.
Antonio Lewis actually, this is his third year playing soccer, and the soccer broadcast that we've done, he is one of the speediest kids out there. He takes to that soccer like a fish to water.
Yeah. Joe, do we have any broadcasts coming up next week? Seems like.
Well, we have football.
Other than football, anything else?
Let me take a look.
That we need to announce right now, just in case?
Just football for now.
Just football next Friday. Okay.
We got a few weeks before we start seeing swimming.
Okay.
So.
Can I just take a second with some Mona Shore sports?
Absolutely, let's do it.
You know, I came across this statistic this week, and I thought it was quite amazing. So, obviously, you know, football, basketball, the bigger, they get a little bit more of the press, so to speak. Tennis, golf, maybe not as much, but tennis, Drew Hackney, our number one singles player for the past 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's a senior. He's a 3-time All-State person, has won the past 3 city and conference championships. His record over the past 4 years is 38-0 at home. He never lost a home match.
Wow.
And overall is 94-10 and has only lost 1 match the past 2 years.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is incredible. That is
38-0 at home, 94-10 overall.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the girls' volleyball team last night, Joe, you did, had a huge game. Mona Shores and Zeeland West at the Sailor Center, and Mona Shores won in 5 sets. An exciting game to bring their overall record to 22-3 on the season, 6-0 in conference, and they're all alone in first place, but have another big matchup next week against Zeeland East on Tuesday.
Wow, the girls are playing well.
Oh, it's amazing to watch that team. And in the broadcast, we had the JV coaches on there, and I asked them, last year's team was a special team with the seniors that they had, and they worried a little bit about who was going to fill those gaps.
Mm-hmm.
This team has stepped up and then some.
Oh, and then some, exactly.
So it's another great opportunity going into the later part of the season.
And then lastly, the girls' golf team finished 3rd at the county tournament this week.
Steve, you know what? As much grief and as much teasing I give you, you really do a great job with all the little stuff.
Thanks,
like
Nick.
this. I would never think about doing half of this stuff. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Well, it's sometimes it pains me to praise you, but when praise is due.
Well, when I came across the Drew Hackney thing this week, I'm like, man, I mean,
that's some deep dive
he's a good
stuff
kid.
right there.
I mean, he's a good kid too.
Yeah, oh no, absolutely. We are, I don't see a clock.
About a minute out.
About a minute out. We 120 and counting down. RCM, for those just tuning in, this is running clock mode when you're up by 35 or more. Hey, the clock doesn't stop unless it's an injury or a timeout called. Little toss. We got some real estate. Down to the 40, 35, crosses the 30, 25,
nice
20.
Little step.
15, down to about the 9-yard line. Is Coach Koziak going to try to get him in?
All right.
Or are we going to let the clock run
I'm going to take a look at the Lake Michigan Insurance Instant Replay.
We don't have a number.
Who was that?
Number
about
10.
35-yard
But we don't have, he's not on there.
He's not on there.
Watch this
roster.
camera angle from Caden.
Oh, that's Dom. Who is it? Dom, yes. That's who it is, Dom Peggy. That looked like Dom to me running, so we'll give it to Dom.
So 23 seconds left, and it looks like they're going to go victory formation.
Yes, he is. Good, classy move. As much as I'm sure this group wanted to score.
Matt always does the right thing, that's
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, well, he does, the gracious thing as well. So, Joseph, as tradition has it, like no other, the Masters, why don't you take us out of here as you do, you being the golden-throated Dan Patrick of Sailor Nation.
I don't know if that's
Sports.
necessarily the
well,
case.
you are the Dan Patrick, the smooth rock 101.7, overlooking the San Francisco Bay.
Well, this is Sailor Nation Sports Network, and again, homecoming. We are going to stick around, though, because they're going to do the crowning of the king and queen.
Yes,
so
they are.
Why don't we, before we just close it up, let's talk a little bit about this game and what we've got coming up. So what is the what is the current status or situation with the coaching situation at Union? What's the latest that we've heard there? A little bit of issue going on there.
He's still on leave, if that's what you want to call it.
Yep.
And so they're being coached by an assistant coach, and that's just kind of what I know so far.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because that program was getting some leaps and bounds development.
He's built it up, yeah.
Yeah, it's just incredible to see what it has come up within a few short years that he's been there. So. Unfortunate for the students, and hopefully the assistant coaching can continue on with what they've built and whatnot. So, but facing Union next week, we'll be broadcasting from famous Houseman Field, and then we start to see Zeeland West first or Zeeland
West first. We finish up against East.
Yep. West at home, East there.
Freshmen and JV both will be home next week. For, I think it's the first freshman or the second freshman home game and the JV second home game as well. Each team only has 3 this year. So we're going to be on the road. We'll be road warriors.
We'll be and we've been very fortunate to be at home for a lot of our, especially the big games we've been here. So
well.
So the football team taking a knee now, getting ready for the homecoming court to be brought out onto the track and then onto the field where they will be getting ready to crown king and queen of homecoming. Steve, you remember? Did you go to your homecoming stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we had a dance after the game and the cafeteria. And
now, correct me if I'm wrong. Don't I remember having it right after the football game?
Yeah,
didn't they do
it
that?
Was. Yeah, because I remember having to go in and shower and
it's tomorrow.
That's how they do it at Reese Puffer. They do it that way as well.
Weird to me. Well, we're gonna be quiet and let Dan Vandermeiden make the announcements of the homecoming court.
Representing our sophomore class, Jillian Saxton and Vince Coleman. Jillian escorted by Melissa and Justin Saxton. Vince escorted by Michelle Alvarez and Chet Coleman. Representing our junior class, DJ Bell and Jamie Pierce Jr. DJ escorted by Aretha and Calvin Vance. Jamie escorted by Rihanna Kidd and Jamie and Pierce. And now it is my pleasure to announce our 2023 senior our 2023 senior homecoming court. Lydia Carafel, daughter of Adam and Tracy Carafel. Jace Brainerd, son of John and Ann Brainerd. Kalia Cook, daughter of Courtney Lewis and granddaughter of Ricky Williams. Lucier Carson Melton, son of Sakit Henry and Demetrius Carson Melton. Tia Norman, daughter of Tanisha Norman and Ronnie Knox. Chase Bowman, son of Lindsay Clark and Chris Bowman. Kanique Watts, daughter of Sharina Guy and Quentin Watts. And Omari Hall Brown, son of Noel Brown and Orlando Hall. Are you ready? Let's give a big hand to our 2023 homecoming king and queen, Jace Brainerd and Lydia Carafel. Congratulations, kids. Moms and dads, so go ahead and get your pictures.
Well, there you have it, folks. The homecoming king and queen of 2023. We hope you've enjoyed our broadcast, including this presentation of the king and queen. Hope to see you guys here on the broadcast again next week as we take the Sailors over to Houseman Field, where they will take on the Red Hawks of Union High. Until then, we'll see you next week. Everybody stay safe. Enjoy your weekend.